What is up, everybody? Nick Fiore, FioriousNation, here on YouTube for the Forbidden Podcast, episode 25. Yes, 25 episodes so far of Forbidden Podcast. It is May the 21st of 2026. Supposed to be a week ago, but this man right here, the second host of Forbidden Podcast, Adam Carl, was supposed to be here last week, but had technical difficulties, stuff like that, couldn't make it. So we moved episode 25 to this week, today, the next week here today, May 21st instead. But I mean, it sucked it couldn't happen last week, but hey, everything happens for a reason. Even in the wrestling world, everything happens for a reason.
There was not much to talk about, honestly.
This is true outside of like a few things and the obvious and New Day going to AEW, which I think everyone expects and stuff like that. Blah, blah, and yada, yada, yada. But anyways, how I mentioned everything happens for a reason. Yes, that is true. As you may see on my upper right-hand corner, we actually have a guest here on Forbidden Podcast. He is actually making his FioriousNation YouTube debut. He is the creator, the host of the People's Wrestling channel, Ricky. Welcome to FioriousNation. Welcome to Forbidden Podcast. How are we doing, brother?
That is right. The UK's finest Ricky J is here. I'm fine, and guys, do check out my podcast after this. I'll be doing mine after this, and of course my SmackDown watch along and all of that tomorrow. But yeah, great to be here.
Yes, and you heard that correctly. Usually, like every Friday, right before SmackDown.
Well, look, after this, because I'm going to a show tomorrow, so it's going to be after this. So after I finish.
What show are you going to tomorrow?
Just a local wrestling show.
Nice. Pretty cool, man. So this guy's doing some really good stuff on his show. Go check him out as well. Go check out other videos here on the channel, like the YouTube shorts I uploaded a couple days ago, right after Raw. Apparently, we're going to talk about him. This happened this past Monday on Raw. Brock Lesnar, no, like it's shocking. He just returned. He laid out Obafemi with 4 F5s. Brock Lesnar's back, and some may have thought he retired. I didn't think he retired, honestly. But he is back. I made a YouTube shorts about Brock Lesnar, like unpredictably, no one called it, but Brock Lesnar making a shocking return this past Monday on Monday Night Raw. I made a YouTube shorts on that. Go check that out as well.
Somewhere Sappy is crying.
Who's crying, bro? Adam Carl?
Sappy.
Oh, Sappy, yeah.
He didn't get to report the news.
And that's the best part about it. There was no teaser, no vignette, no announcement. He just showed up. I actually appreciate that aspect of wrestling because nowadays the dirt sheets report everything and nothing feels special, like unpredictable anymore. And I actually like that no one reported it and he just showed up. I like that aspect, honestly. I'm not sure how you guys feel. I actually respect and appreciate that aspect so much because back then, especially in the 2000s, even in the Ruthless Aggression era, you didn't get that much because there was not much internet nowadays. Now with the rise of technology and internet, everything gets leaked out. Then everyone expects this one's going to be there, and it just doesn't feel special anymore. So I like that aspect a lot. That no dirt sheets have called it, no reported it, and I could actually, I do agree with you, Adam Carl. Yeah, Sappy must be crying somewhere. Sappy boy, Sean Ross Sapp. Fightful.
It's Sean Ross Sapp, Fightful Select. You want to know? You hear report news.
Oh, no one knows.
You get to spoil it, bro.
This one being there until we report it.
He's somewhere jealous that he didn't spoil the news first.
I do think that Sapp's become, like, for me personally, the go-to guy. It is like that until he said this is happening. It's not confirmed. Like Dave Meltzer says this might happen, it might not. Who knows?
I mean, I take nothing away from Sapp. He does know his stuff, and I would say like he does usually, not all the time, but he does at times get things right. I would take him much more over Dave Meltzer and Brian Alvarez, to be completely honest with you. Yeah. Like, especially listening to Alvarez, man, he's just, I don't know how you feel about him. He's just so fucking, like, he just rubs me the wrong way. This Brian Alvarez, just my opinion. And Meltzer is very biased.
Brian or Dave?
I love the occasional clip I'll see. Mainly he again, not loving or hating Vince Russo will play it on his show, and Dave Meltzer will say something ridiculous, and Brian Alvarez will say basically, "You idiot! How can this happen that you've just said?" And he just laughs at him. So I like that.
Yeah, but we might as well actually talk about the Raw Talk Monday. What did you think of Raw Monday? I thought it wasn't bad, but there was just not much excitement. If it wasn't for Brock Lesnar showing up, coming back, I would probably say this past Monday's Raw would be just boring. But not to say it wasn't all bad. We did get some good stuff like Sol Ruka and Becky Lynch announced non-title for Saturday night's main event. We got a Mitch in the chat. What's up, guys? What's up, Mitch? Creator of the Hardcore Sports. But yeah, Brock Lesnar coming back was nice. We got some teases with Montez Ford and Seth Rollins, and which might be a possible feud and stuff like that. We got a sit-down interview with Ethan Page. We got Ethan Page and Penta. Saturday night's main event for the IC title should be good. We got the women's tag team title match of Paige and Brie Bella versus the Judgment Day, which that wasn't good. Let's be real. That was not good. That was not a good match. But
come on now, bro. Don't be zesty there. Come on. You mean to tell me you didn't enjoy Brie mode?
Oh, jeez. Botch mode. Yeah.
I just think going back to the street property, it's the Angel and one they turn on one another because it was before they were on TV. That's what they were teasing, and now they've brought that back. I think you're going to get them splitting up. Well, why you would split them up when you need all the tag teams you can get? But this is WWE we're talking about, and they probably will split them up.
Mitch Kofsky botch mode. Well, I mean. I sing botch mode, botch. Yeah.
I think the rain stuff was good. Brock Lesnar. I don't know who Brock Lesnar is, but certainly I knew Brock Lesnar is.
Yes, I did see that. I'm like, I didn't know Brock Lesnar was new on the roster.
And also the rain stuff was good, but apart from that, yeah, Raw was just eh.
That up and comer Brock Lesnar, he's very intimidating.
Yes, he gave like 4 or 5s to Obafemi. We were about to get an Obafemi Open Challenge, and it looks like that's dead. Thank God. Oh, well, why do you hate the Open Challenges? Every company does it, and it's lazy booking. AEW does it with the world title with Darby Allin. We got it last night, in fact, with Speedball Mike Bailey and Darby Allin. Saturday Night Collision this past Saturday with Sammy Guevara, Darby Allin. You knew Darby wasn't losing. And it's just it's like a filler. It's just nothing but filler. And then we got it with Obafemi. Every wrestling company does it. And I don't know how you feel. This is just my opinion. I do think the Open Challenge, when John Cena did it in 2015, that was different because he was bringing new faces to the main roster that were on the up and coming, on the rise, especially from NXT at the time, like Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, for example. Now it's like everyone does it, and it's like it doesn't feel special. Like if the opponent was if the opponent was someone not signed to the company, WWE or anywhere, AEW or what have you, then I would probably appreciate it and understand it and tolerate it a little bit more, maybe. But the opponents that answer the Open Challengers are people on the roster, and when you could be building them up and you have them in an Open Challenge when you know they're not going to win. So I just feel the Open Challenges, they just abuse and use it so much. And it's just a waste of time. It's just like, it's just, okay, moving on, next. That's how I genuinely feel about these Open Challenges. And Mitch in the Texas Cena's Open Challenge was the best. No lies detected there.
I totally agree. Like, you know that Darby is not losing until at least double or nothing, and Sammy Guevara is not going to beat him. Cool of these guys getting a title shot. I'm not the biggest AEW fan at all. I'll watch the pay-per-views. I'll check the results for Dynamite, and I'm going to All In. That's it. I think the pay-per-views are just too long. But cool that Sammy Guevara got the title shot. Speedball Mike Bailey, but these aren't winning. So what's the point?
Yeah, what did Sammy Guevara do to earn a world championship match?
Yeah, the guy's been on Ring of Honor purgatory for like God knows how long, and It's like, when was the last time he was even on TV in something meaningful or relevant? You know,
It's
I
definitely
can't
going
tell
to.
you.
It's definitely not going to beat Darby Allin. Why would people think he's going to do? Collision, he's all. I get, okay, this will play Darby's call, but Collision, that's big for Collision. But I don't know. I don't watch it, so I don't really have an opinion on it. So there we go.
I don't blame you at all, Ricky. I mean, AEW, their pay-per-views, I will say, their AEW, when it comes to pay-per-views, they do it better than anyone else, including WWE. And this is coming from the big WWE fan right here that watches WWE and AEW. But when it comes to the AEW TV shows, it's like very like hit or miss, honestly.
I think,
in fact, last night's Dynamite, I have no
3
words on
hours.
Dynamite last night. Boring.
3 hours.
Yeah, 3 hours, including Collision.
I think the pay-per-views of, like I said, 6 hours, including the buy-in, whatever you want to call the pre-show, whatever they're calling it, 6 hours, and I actually feel quite drained after it. I don't think, oh no, I watch Dynamite. With WWE, they do leave me wanting more, so it's in the middle, I think.
Mitch says everyone knows why I don't like AEW. Yeah, if you know, you know. You know, I mean, they have the pre-show for All-In pay-per-view for AEW pay-per-views, and they have like the not All-In, AEW pay-per-views in general. Like usually on the pre-show, they have they have like what the Costco guys there.
But when it spills up, see, I can't totally hate AEW when it spills over into the main show. I think that some people hate that, but I think that's good because it's unpredictable. You never know what's going to happen on a free pre-show. You have 4 matches on that, usually sometimes 4 matches, and it's 0 WWE. It's just talking. So I can't completely hate AEW for that. So
right. But we also had on Raw, coming back to the Raw talk, we had Jacob Fatu, Roman Reigns announced for Clash in Italy Tribal Combat. How do you feel about that? Because the last time we got Tribal Combat was SummerSlam 2023 in Detroit at Ford Field. Jey Uso, Roman Reigns, that was not good. Do you think this would probably be better than Jey and Roman from SummerSlam 3 years ago? And do you see Jacob Fatu maybe win the championship? I don't want to see Jacob Fatu just fall in line. He's so much better than that. Now, I expect Roman to hold the world title till at least SummerSlam, but I don't know how you feel about this match announced for Clash in Italy.
The last Tribal Combat, was it not Solo Reigns on the Netflix debut? I think that was Tribal Combat, wasn't it?
That was for the Ulafala.
So I think Reigns wins, retains next week. I think he holds it, if the rumors are true, holds it to next year to face The Rock. Why not make that match even bigger?
I don't know. I would say Roman and Rollins, if they do King of the Ring this year in the June and Night of Champions, and they have Seth win King of the Ring, I would do Seth and Roman at SummerSlam, which we were supposed to get at WrestleMania this past April, had Seth not got hurt last October in Perth at Crown Jewel. And then if Roman gets past Seth, or if Roman goes into Mania next year as champion, I don't know what The Rock's going to be doing. I would say this. Hear me out. Oba Femi, you build him up enough, wins the Royal Rumble next year. We get Oba and Roman for the world title at WrestleMania next year. Because if you really think about it, you really do need to build towards your future. You got the future and Oba Femi, Javon Evans, Trick Williams, Braun Breaker, etc., etc. JC Jane, who's killing it on SmackDown. You got your future there. And I do think at some point sooner or later, you're going to have to start building towards your future because Roman Reigns, I think, is on his last contract. He's not going to be there forever. Cody Rhodes is on his last contract. He won't be there forever. CM Punk's in his mid-late 40s. He won't be wrestling forever. Same thing with Seth Rollins. And those guys will probably transition into more influence on creative on the main roster, probably. CM Punk at least run NXT. So the guys you're seeing now push prominently heavily on WWE TV nowadays, they're not going to be around forever. And at some point in the future, you're going to have to build your future. And one of your future pieces is Oba Femi. And you have Oba win the Rumble and beat Roman for the world title next year at Mania. And that cements Oba. Do you know how big that would come off as?
True. To build a future, but if you decide we're talking about, and they're going to pay the big, if they can pay the big bucks for The Rock, they're going to do. So
I don't know. I just feel that Rock and Roman ship has sailed, honestly. That's just my opinion. It's a big match, but I mean, Rock could have done it years ago, but he did it when he felt like it. It's just like this could have been done, especially at Mania 39. That would have been great because it was in Hollywood. It would have made all the sense in the world.
I'm not saying it's. I just heard the rumors of that's the match that's going to happen. Whether it will or not, it could be over.
I don't know.
Reigns, but
I'm not sure.
I wouldn't be surprised. Well, I would be very shocked if it is Rock Reigns. I think for me, that's a dream match. That's a massive match. But I don't know. I don't know which way I would go, really. But
Adam Carl,
I can hear you.
what are your thoughts?
Roman and Jacob.
Yeah, tribal combat.
I mean, it surely will be a good one. I mean, I think the last one, it wasn't Jey Uso, it was Solo Sikoa.
Yeah.
On
So
Raw.
it was
Netflix.
tribal combat.
Yeah, I mean, it surely has to be the best one. I mean, Jacob's. I mean, comparing especially to Jay and Solo, he's like the best wrestler
Yes.
of the three. I mean, surely it's gonna be a good one.
So
I don't know what it is with this whole bloodline thing. I mean, it's just so tiresome.
it's sweet.
for 6 years, it's been 6 years. They started in 20 when Reigns became. No, okay. Well, okay.
This has been going on since COVID.
Yeah.
When Reigns became champion, and it been 6 years, the bloodline has been dominating. That's a long run.
Literally.
Yeah.
Can we do something new?
Good.
Like, can we do something new, please? Please.
I think the only thing, hear me out. Do you think this could be the only thing that makes it somewhat different if you bring in Zilla Fatu, if they ever decide to bring him in? Because I think I read something, his heart, it says Zilla Fatu a while ago said his heart is in WWE, even though he's killing it on the indies. Do you think bringing in Zilla Fatu would maybe help?
Would people know who he on the main roster? Would people know who he is?
Well, this is the son of the late great Umaga. Of course, they'd probably know who he is, or at least if you give a vignette. I mean, again, this is the son of Umaga. God rest his soul. So,
But
I don't know. I mean, it's to me, it would probably be something different than what they were doing. To me, that's the only saving grace.
some people only watch just WWE. For example, Danhausen. Most people are like, who's that? Because they only watch WWE. If you haven't watched, this much time in AEW, if you don't know him from the Indies, you don't know him from his YouTube channel, who is he? So I think with Zilla Fatu, really the same, maybe. No, I think he had a match in stint in TNA, didn't he? I think.
I don't
Nobody watches TNA either, so I don't know.
I mean, I watch TNA, but not much TNA. So
I think he's had one match, I think, in TNA on the pre-show.
Okay, Adam Carl, Zilla Fatu.
I mean, I wouldn't mind him going. I mean, how long has he been on the independent scene now? I think he's ready.
Yeah, he's been ready. He should have been on the WWE roster months ago.
If you bring him to NXT, I think that's if I was going to bring him to WWE to NXT first, but straight to the main roster, I don't know.
Yeah. So we mentioned the bloodline being rehashed lately. Another thing that I hope is not rehash is Finn Balor and the Judgment Day. I heard Balor and McDonough had a very good street fight Monday on Raw, and I got to give props to JD McDonough, man. He sells his ass off, man, and there was one spot he did some spot on the outside or something like that. The guy is very, very good, and I quite enjoyed this. I hope this is it though with Balor and McDonough. That's just me. But I don't know how you guys feel on Balor and the Judgment Day and McDonough in the street fight.
Good match. All of his back was cut up and there were welts all over. It just looked a mess. It's like, how is he still wrestling? But yeah, it was a good match. But I think you move Balor on now. Who's a chub? Penta the champ. You could move him into the Intercontinental title picture, maybe. I don't know.
I'd love that. And if we get Ethan Page maybe winning the title, Ethan Page and Finn Balor IC title, hey, you get no complaints from me. And I don't know how long he's going to be out for longer. Sheamus. You get Sheamus back in the IC title picture on Raw. You get Sheamus, you get Balor, Ethan Page, Penta, Javon Evans, Rusev, Dragon Lee, Joe Hendry, Rey Mysterio. That mid-card for the IC title on Raw, if you really look at it, I think it's pretty stacked.
Hasn't it been a year since Sheamus has been there? His last match was Clash in Paris last year. Was that? Oh, right. Don't quote me when that was. But was that there? Clash in Paris?
Sheamus from the Donnybrook match at Clash in Paris. That was great.
Been seen since, I don't know.
And hey, Mitch knows I miss Sheamus. Absolutely. We all do too. He's been out since November with a shoulder injury as well. I don't know how much longer he's supposed to be out. I do hope he's back soon because Raw could absolutely use him.
Yeah.
You know? Any other quick thoughts on that?
We hope we see Sheamus back as soon as possible.
Yeah. Absolutely. WWE TV, especially the Raw side, could use him.
You could have if he ever returns, bring him back as a heel. I like Penta. Keep the title on, and he beats Penta.
Yeah. Oh, I also forgot to mention when he gets unmasked, Chad Gable. Let's get him back in the IC title mix on Raw. He's another guy.
Chad Gable.
I'm telling you, that mid-card on Raw looks pretty stacked. I'm telling you.
Gable's not been seen for months and months. I don't know where he is, but
he's just, let's just say he's performing Gracias as a Grande Americano. And Adam Carl, Kaiser, and no, Adam Carl. Listen to me. Kaiser stole the gimmick.
Kaiser's not been seen for months and months either. I don't know where he is. But
he's in Germany.
Although
if you heard the recent, you heard the news. You heard the news that he turned himself in after an arrest he just had.
Yeah, he got arrested for battery, apparently, in the state of Florida.
Yeah, well, he turned himself in.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So what happened was last month. Yeah, so what happened was last month there was an altercation with him and a male. He may have been in a bar or somewhere. They got into an altercation. He punched the guy multiple times. But it wasn't revealed until now.
And they got the mugshots on him apparently as well. I don't know what this means for May 30th. He's supposed to wrestle Gable Americano as Kaiser Americano at the AAA show May 30th with the loser unmasking. I don't know what this means for that. If he's going to be in trouble or lose his job. I don't know what's going to happen. But
apparently he may not lose his job. But on May, let's say not that date. Let's call it Kane Day. On Kane Day,
May 19.
No, you bastard. So on Kane Day, Mayor Glenn Jacobs, the defended Marcel Bartel, that is Ludwig Kaiser's real name, and the name he had on the Indies and in NXT. He was aware of the warrant for his arrest from a month ago, and at the time he was in Mexico doing work. So he probably was doing a AAA show as Americano. And he immediately made plans to travel back to Orlando to deal with the warrant. On May 20th, he turned himself into the Orange County jail, and he was released after posting a $1,000 bond with conditions that he have no contact with the witness. So
I really hope this doesn't land him in too much trouble, honestly, because he's been killing it lately in this American.
He may not be in trouble.
He's done a Tyler Bate. It's just it would suck, but
well, the good news is for Kaiser is that he has no criminal record prior. He has no criminal record. This was a first offense, so he should be fine.
Okay.
And and for Kaiser, he's trying to take responsibility. You know, he was made aware of the warrant, and he turned himself in. So at least he's trying to take responsibility for what happened, for what he did,
or at least not lose the push he's been getting lately, which he's been killing it. It's just, I don't know. I just don't want it to be where he makes a stupid mistake, then it costs him.
Other people.
I don't know why the guy was in the elevator was bothering him, but then again, at the same time, why would you punch the guy, especially if he's telling you to have some manners in public?
Yeah, I mean, could have been done a better way, yes, but
well, I will say with Kaiser, at least he's self-aware and he's taking responsibility for his actions. So he should not lose his job over it.
And by the way, those that think Giovanni Vinci was Kaiser being the reason Vinci got fired because people want to make up rumors that Vinci tried to flirt with Tiffany, who was dating Ludwig Kaiser a couple years ago, and Ludwig got Giovanni Vinci fired. That Tiffany Stratton recently on, I think it was Twitch recently, she immediately shot that down.
Yeah, I think Vinci even was on Chris Van Vliet, and he denied the whole thing. He denied that the Kaiser got him fired.
And now Giovanni Vinci is now Fabian Eichner in TNA. So, I mean, good for him. I think he's going to kill it there. Tiffany Stratton she even thinks he's going to kill it. And I could probably see him back in WWE one day when the time's right. Because you know he's going to kill it in TNA, and they have the partnership with WWE. Who knows? Maybe we see Fabian Eichner back on NXT TV with the TNA partnership. Maybe challenge for the North American title, or maybe face guys like Mason Rook, who I'm actually sold on NXT.
Other people in the past have been arrested, Liv, and they either win the Rumble and put the world title on her. So
yes, yep, that's true. She's got mugshot.
The Usos also, but then the Usos are connected with Reigns, and
they're Samoan.
Pushed anyway, so
yeah, I mean, they got the wellness policy and stuff, but sometimes it's not, you can't take it all that serious because there are exemptions, and it kind of makes it a joke at times. You know, even like back then, all the big steroid guys, some guys like, you knew John Cena in his prime was on roids, but he never got in trouble. Though I don't know if it's a matter of who gets caught or not, but even if he tested positive for that, because they were trying to push him, was Vince McMahon trying to push him as the face of the company, he probably didn't want to take him off because he had no one else to take the spot from him at the time. Just my theory on that. I mean, don't get me wrong, they have the wellness policy. And I mean, steroids or no steroids, and even in today's WWE, that or not, at least some people are not abusing that like they did 20 years ago. And at least it's a matter of who gets caught. Even if it's the steroids is on the banned list of substances on the WWE wellness policy banned list, I think it's just a matter of who gets caught. And also the fact that back then wrestlers were abusing roids. Nowadays, not so much, even if they are on it.
Well, Mitch, if he's still watching, said, "Look, Logan looks like he's on some sort of steroid. So maybe he is, maybe he isn't. I don't know."
I don't know. Some wrestlers in AEW, like Brian Cage, absolutely, you could tell, is on steroids. I think he is on the juice. There's no way you're going to convince me otherwise.
Just look at his arms.
Yeah,
his arms.
He's got the.
Yeah.
You know, veins popping out of his arms and his neck where he looks like he has no neck. Veins popping out of his chest. But anyways, but yeah, Ludwig Kaiser, I could agree with you, Adam Carl. I don't think he's gonna get in. He shouldn't get in that much trouble. Hopefully not. Though I do still expect him to win the mask versus mask match, and we get Gable unmasking, and then we get Chad Gable back on Raw television, and they could absolutely use him as well, like Sheamus. And again, let's get him in the IC title picture. I think it's time he finally wins some singles gold on the main roster and get the Creeds back in the Raw tag division as well. Now they're in goofy masks, which I don't like at all. I'm sorry.
He gets them on TV, so then their places like, okay, they'll agree to anything. He gets them on TV, so I think I saw something like, and this might be AI, it might be made up, but something on Facebook, they actually spoilt the return of Chad Gable the day after, no, July 1st, not the first Raw. Again, it might be made up. Someone might have made
first.
They spoiled it, apparently. I don't know.
Well, someone's gonna get heat on them for sure for that. That's for sure.
But again, it might have been the fan made it up. It looked legit, but with AI, you never know nowadays.
I don't know. But I do want to talk about other stuff with yeah, we had the Gables and a 6-man tornado tag on Raw. Okay, Becky Lynch, Shulruka had a segment, decent segment on Raw, led to a non-title match between the two on Saturday night's main event. And I'm glad it's not for the IC title because Shulruka has been 0-2 lately on Raw on the main roster. And Becky Lynch brought up the shot. Shulruka, why are you asking for a title shot? You haven't earned a title shot. Like, this title is prestigious, and I'm not going to hand out title shots like candy, pretty much, that Becky Lynch said. I actually like that part that Becky Lynch said on Raw, so she gets it. And it makes the title mean something. Like, this is what AEW should be doing with the world title, but it's on Darby Allin doing open challenges for what? Like Ricky said earlier, like, what are we doing? Like Sammy Guevara hasn't been on AEW TV something relevant in God knows how long. Well, it's the last time he even won a match, you know? Ricky brings up a very good point, you know? Adam Carl and even I so much so talked about with Darby on with the open challenges lately for the world title in AEW. We were even talking lately about it's like, and I even was like, bro, don't be surprised if Darby Allin gives a title shot, open challenge title shot to Ricochet. I was just waiting for that, but thank God it looks like we're not getting it. And that title cannot get back on MJF fast enough. So I don't know what
going back to Sol Ruka, how quick has she it's made her feel just the music doesn't help, the music is awful. I would have kept her original music, but how quick have they made her feel just like everybody else, like she's just another person on the roster? It took 3 weeks and you just feel like just another person.
Well, I mean, she just got started though, so. And I think it's
even
an IC title.
Ethan Page just got started, but he feels something special, and Phil Influence feels something special, whereas Sol Ruka is just blended in. Not good.
I don't know. Maybe it's the music. I don't know. I mean, though, Sol Ruka, I mean, I don't know. Again, she is in the mid card. I think this is perfect for her. I don't think she does, in fact, in the world title plans right now. She did have a good match with Liv Morgan on the Raw after Mania as well. She wasn't going to win, but she had a good performance. And she is in there with Becky Lynch, so I guess it's too early to tell.
Yeah, would have thought Becky Sol wins here and earns a title shot next week in Clash in Italy, I would imagine.
Now, I don't want Sol Ruka to win the non-title match because champions shouldn't lose clean. But Adam Carl, what are your thoughts on this whole Becky Lynch Sol Ruka stuff?
I mean, it's all right. I mean, it's getting Sol Ruka, a good start on the main roster. She's already facing Becky and facing Io, the top, tippity top of the division. So you're trying to get her over. I think it's a good thing. It's been good. I mean, at the end of the day, you want new stars. God knows that Raw Women's division could use some help using and building up new stars. And Sol Ruka, she's entertaining. She's entertaining. She's an incredible athlete, an incredible wrestler, and she's absolutely someone that you push and you build a division around.
Absolutely.
But, it's baby. What they're doing. It's baby steps so far. The match with Io, the match with facing Becky. They're taking the right steps to establish her as a star. And I think the match on Saturday night's main event is going to be good.
What do you think of Becky Lynch bringing up the fact that you haven't earned the title shot yet?
Yeah, it makes sense, doesn't it? I wouldn't have a lose on Saturday though, because then she even more feels like blended in. It's like, I think she has to win, personally. But
I would honestly prefer Becky Lynch win Saturday to give Sol Ruka more that sympathy, like babyface chase. If you want to make it better, and Becky Lynch, and I don't know how you feel. I think Becky Lynch, the past year she's been a heel, I think she's been great.
Yeah.
On the mic, definitely her matches against AJ Lee haven't been the best.
I don't know. She did have a good match with AJ at the Chamber, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I think lately she's been killing it as a heel. But the match with Ruka should be pretty good. I don't know if we get this at Clash in Italy again. I would honestly have Becky Lynch. This is a little bit of a preview of Saturday night's main event. I'm actually having Becky beat Sol. I have a feeling Sol's going to win. I don't hope that's not the case because champions should never lose in a non-title match. That's something Vince would do. I would have Becky beat Sol, if I'm being quite honest with you.
Actually, like I said, I think she wins Saturday. It earns her a title shot, either Clash in Italy or Night of Champions, one of the two.
Yeah, something like that. Mention IC title, Ethan Page. Go ahead. Sorry, Adam Carl.
I'm going to go with Sol Ruka too.
If she wins somehow, some way. But
I think she goes on to win the title as well, I think.
I don't know. I may be in the minority, but I'm going to go Becky Lynch. That's okay. But then, like I said, Brock Lesnar showing up. He attacked Obafemi when we were going to get an Obafemi Open Challenge. Thank God that's hopefully dead. And Brock Lesnar laid him out with 4 F5s. Like, who else was there for an Obafemi Open Challenge? Oba destroyed Angel and Berto last week for no fucking reason. Like, who else? Like, we had the thing with the match with Otis, okay. But against Angel and Berto, who could be built up and you need to be building up, and they're so good and could be a valuable asset to the tag division, like, that's a I have a problem with that. And the
I still want to know what Angel and Humberto did. I still want to know what they did to piss off with Obafemi.
Did they give Bruce Pritchard the wrong Taco Bell order? Maybe Bruce Pritchard wanted 12 tacos and instead Angel Berto gave him 3. Maybe they're 9 tacos short.
So you said who could they give to Over? If you really want to make him look like feel like a beast, this big star, either Omos. I know Omos is all from the ring, but just think about Over beating him. Or forgive him 3 AAA guys, do like a Ryback. I mean, face 2 guys now, it's 3, and he just plows through them. You could do that, maybe. And that puts over AAA because it's exposure on Raw. So there we go.
Like who was over going to face? Like who? Tozawa?
Oh, jeez. Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Tozawa. That guy. Adam Carl. Tozawa.
Yeah. Comedy jobber.
And having beat people like Psycho Clown and who I don't know the AAA roster, but send 3 guys for Over to kill. There we go.
Yeah. I don't know, but
where is Omos?
Omos, he's been on AAA with like
you can have if you're doing this open challenge, you couldn't have Omos answer it. You want to build Obafemi as this monster. Like he can't take down the Nigerian giant.
Or at least someone, a scrub from the Performance Center or LFG or NXT, something. Or maybe someone from Evolve.
At least it would make Oba look good. At least it would actually make you look like a monster. He's taking down Omos.
What about someone from like NXT that's a scrub?
I can't think of anybody really. You want to bury really?
Yeah, I don't know if you really want to do that. You got to build your towards your future.
Facing making Angel and Humberto look like geeks is not going to get this guy over.
And then Obafemi's walking at Adam Pearce. It's like everyone's scared. No one wants to answer my open challenge. Everyone's a coward. It's like
no shit. You just beat Brock Lesnar.
There's no roster left for him to face. All been released.
Well, you have fucking TKO tell Triple H, you need to release these amount of people because we're $6 billion in fucking debt. Seriously, fuck TKO too. They're the worst thing that ever happened to the company. And yet Vince sold the company to his friend Ari Emanuel. Yet there's idiots that want Vince back.
I would imagine that did not make $1 billion in the first billion in the first quarter. That's ridiculous for a business. For a business sense, that's fantastic. $1 billion. It's really sure that made a dent in the $6 billion, did it not? I don't know.
I don't know, but yeah. But yeah, I'm glad that it looks like the Oba Femi Open Challenge is dead. Thank God for that. We're getting Oba and Brock, it looks like, again at Clash in Italy. As you saw backstage, Paul Heyman handed Adam Pearce a contract regarding Clash in Italy. So it looks like we're getting Lesnar and Oba again at Clash in Italy. And you know what? I don't have a problem with that. And I think Brock wins this time. What I do have a problem with, though, is you had Brock Lesnar take his MMA gloves off, his boots off in the ring after he lost to Oba at WrestleMania. And now it's like TKO and Ari Spears like, no, Brock, you can't retire. We still need you. It really goes to show you that Ari Emanuel and Mark Shapiro say fuck professional wrestling. It goes to show you how much the TKO on the TKO board hate pro wrestling. They don't care. They really don't give a fuck.
And like you said, I think Lesnar wins in Italy. Boba beats him again in Night of Champions. Then it's Gunther, Brock for the title with his career on the line, and Gunther retires Brock at SummerSlam.
Or Lesnar Oba Clash in Italy. Lesnar wins, and I don't know if Lesnar's going to be at Night of Champions. Honestly, if he's not, then Lesnar Oba SummerSlam in Lesnar's hometown, and that's where Lesnar loses and retires and puts Oba over. Like they go for like 3 matches with the two, a 3-match format. With the two.
It's Saudi. They're going to pay the big bucks. I think you get your 3rd match in Saudi.
I don't know. We'll see. But I do think Brock Lesnar retires for real in his hometown, Minneapolis, at SummerSlam, and he puts over Oba. And maybe this was Lesnar's request that he wanted Oba to have the honor of retiring him instead of Gunther with this career killer gimmick. And honestly, if that's Lesnar's request, I can't hate on him for that. Because no disrespect to Gunther, I really like Gunther. I think he's great. But does he need to be the one retiring Lesnar? No, I don't.
No, but Gunther Brock, I think, is a dream match and a match I'd like to see. And I think Gunther beats Cody on next week. Cody's boring. Orton? We don't know what Orton's status is. Rumors always coming back next month, but is he? So who's left for Cody? Gunther beats him, and you do Gunther Brock for the title.
Well, Cody and Gunther for the WWE title is set for Clash in Italy. That's a given.
Gunther wins.
I don't know. I don't know. Honestly, this is tough, but I would say maybe not so tough because Gunther. I think Cody losing wouldn't do much harm to Cody. Because Cody's pretty much the face of the company guy and he's bulletproof. He'd be fine. Gunther cannot lose, period, this year. If Gunther is going to win against Cody, and I think I read there's another news article, Randy Orton has been out lately with a back injury since WrestleMania. I don't know how you feel. I would have, if we're doing Cody and Gunther at Clash in Italy, give Gunther the title, but have Randy come back and cost Cody. And you can do Randy and Cody. Maybe it doesn't need the title going into SummerSlam, and they Triple H can tell the Cody Randy story the way he wanted to before Ari inserted Pat McAfee in there, and then Cody and Randy maybe non-title, and Aleister Black got lowball with this Ari Emanuel Pat McAfee stuff. Don't even get me started on that. It's a story for another time. But now Triple H can tell Cody and Randy the story he wanted to before Ari Emanuel got involved with Pat McAfee with this year's WrestleMania. But that being said, have Randy, if he's going to be back around Clash in Italy, he screws Cody out of the match with Gunther for the title at Clash in Italy. Gunther holds the WWE title all throughout the rest of the year and maybe going into next year's Mania. And SmackDown could use all the help they can get. I think if Gunther beats Cody, this is no disrespect to Cody, but I feel like especially when Drew McIntyre was champion at 3 Stages of Hell, SmackDown felt fresh. And then Cody won the title back. No disrespect to Cody. I kind of went a little down from there. Again, no hate to Cody. But I don't think Cody needs to be the champion. It's not necessary for Cody to be a champion since he's the face of the company pretty much. And I think if someone like Gunther, like Drew McIntyre, Gunther, anyone else, CM Punk even was champion on SmackDown, I think it'd be a lot more fresh. And SmackDown, and God knows SmackDown needs all the help they can get.
And then you Punk, do you want to be champion again? Punk
He
gone
was
to
a good world champion. I got to give him credit.
Punk to next year's Mania and Punk wins the title off Gunther. I like Gunther. I think he should go over at Mania every year.
Or unless you do Gunther and Punk for the WWE title next January at the Royal Rumble, and Punk wins the title there. Unless you do that.
Yeah.
Something like that. And that leads to Cody and Punk for the title, maybe next year at WrestleMania for the WWE title, if they want to do that. Cody doesn't need to win the Rumble, though. He can win the Chamber next year.
When Cody loses, whether it's next Sunday, SummerSlam, wherever, keep him well away from the title. He's a really bland champion. He promos.
Well, at least give him a break from the title for a while.
Promos are just skip. His matches are okay, and it's like people love him. Like here comes Cody. He's boring.
Adam Carl, your thoughts?
Gunther?
Yeah,
I think it'd be the best move to give him the world championship. Okay, he just retired AJ Styles and John Cena. You're establishing him as the biggest heel in this company. He can't just have him go out there and lose.
No, that would destroy it.
And honestly, Cody's gonna be just fine, even if he loses. He's the top star of the company. He's the number one guy. He'll be just fine. If anyone needs this win, is Gunther.
And
he's never been WWE champion before.
Yeah, Gunther's never been WWE champion. He's been world champion, but not WWE champion.
Yeah, but he's never been.
You could have Gunther hold the title throughout the rest of the year going into next year.
Yeah, plus they need newer top guys, newer number one guys.
Yeah, you have Gunther on SmackDown. That's official. You move Punk over. I think that would help. I think SmackDown needs Punk more than Raw does, honestly. SmackDown is so bad right now. They really need help bad.
Where's Punk, by the way? He's not been seen since the Raw after Mania.
Well, there's actually news on CM Punk. The reason why CM Punk, he was supposed to be advertised for some WWE events lately, but he's no longer advertised. Now, this is coming from Dave Meltzer. Take him with a grain of salt. He says, quote, CM Punk has been removed from the advertising from the European tour and several other Raw dates in June. We were told that there is nothing more to this than a schedule change. It says WWE quietly pulled Punk from the house show portion of the May 20th to June 22nd European Summer Tour. Punk had originally been advertised for the full overseas run as well. Though it still says Punk is still advertised for Raw July 6th at the Allstate Arena in Chicago. That would be after Night of Champions and on the road to SummerSlam.
So just imagine that people, CM Punk's going to be there. These tickets were on sale months before. Punk's going to be there. Oh, no, he's not. Okay.
Nick, remember when we did the SmackDown watch party? It was so long. LOL. Yeah, those days last year, man. Yeah. Now this guy Ricky like that. Yeah.
You probably are better than a 3-hour SmackDown nowadays.
You think? But yeah, CM Punk. It looks like he's going to be back in time for the road to SummerSlam. Honestly, because he did really good work with the world title, I think he deserves this long break. He pretty much carried the world title with Raw late last year going into the beginning of this year, and he was a really good world champion. The matches he had with Finn Balor, Roman Reigns, etc., Braun Breaker on the first Raw this year in Brooklyn, which I was at live. I think Punk did a good job with the world title on Raw, and he gets a deserved long break. And those that say that, CM Punk's going to be fired because of what he did with the fan on the day after Mania when he slapped the phone out of the guy's hand at the hotel. No, he's not being fired from that. And Punk
was right to slap the fan.
Yeah, this fan was trying to harass CM Punk's wife and Bailey when they told him no to stop filming them, and he wouldn't stop. And then Punk took matters into his own hands. His own hand slapped the phone in the guy's hand because this fan was just a stalker. Most likely wanted a picture to autograph at the airport or hotel when he was told no several times, most likely. So no, CM Punk's not being fired for that. He'll be back. And honestly, they need him. when CM Punk's on TV, the product is a lot better. No matter what anyone thinks of him.
And much I think Gunther to win next week. There's a bit of it they can. I'm 50-50. I think Cody retains and it's Cody at SummerSlam. Maybe I don't know.
Cody and Punk for the title at SummerSlam and not Mania. It depends on when CM Punk comes back. Us.
I mean, hopefully he's doing well. I mean, I hope he's all right.
Yeah.
If he's back before SummerSlam, do the match at SummerSlam. I do not drag that out until next year. Oh no.
I mean, if Gunther becomes champion, let's say, if Gunther becomes world champion, do you do Gunther versus CM Punk 2? A rematch from last year.
Yeah.
From SummerSlam last year, actually, like I said, I would do Gunther Punk if they can drag it out long enough. Punk and Gunther WWE title match next year's Royal Rumble. Well, Oba can win the Rumble. Cody can win the Chamber all next year. Oba Roman World Title. Cody Punk WWE title next year's Mania.
Okay, if I'm booking Cody's well away from the title forever, but that's just me personally. I just find him so bland.
Or you know what I would do if you do Punk and Cody for the title at a WrestleMania? Have Cody go heel.
Okay, that I'm interested in. That might actually make him interesting, but as he is, he's just skip his promos. His matches are okay. Just ugh.
That would, Cody is as the company guy, as a heel. That's a risk. And if there's one thing that Triple H needs to do is take some more risk and stop being safe. Turning Cody heel would not be safe by any means. That is a risk. And Adam Carl, you would say Cody is a heel, high risk, big reward.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would, if Cody were to go heel, listen, I don't mind it. Oh, but if you took Cody going heel, that's because of The Rock. No, it wouldn't be. No, it wouldn't be.
Rock couldn't even be bothered to show up at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
I don't think
last year with Travis Scott. Remember that? Yeah.
I don't think we ever see The Rock unless it's a Hall of Fame or Mania next year.
Yeah, but yeah, hopefully CM Punk is back on TV soon because they could use him. But another thing, so that was the Raw talk. Then Austin Theory, Seth Rollins. I didn't care much for it. No Bronson Reed. We did get a Seth Rollins, Montez Ortiz, but that was
the main event of Raw. Seth Rollins, Austin Theory. Okay.
Yeah.
This is a level where they've come now. Now the level is Seth Rollins, Austin Theory is your main event of Raw.
You weren't excited? Like you weren't glued to your television and you were seeing Austin Theory versus Seth Rollins.
Cooler Rollins is back in the main event spot, but
I don't know.
Can we just end this whole vision thing, please?
It's better in a bloodline, but yeah, I agree.
Like they did this faction, they fell off to pieces when Rollins got hurt.
You know who I also wish was away from Vision Vortex? LA Knight. Or Bloodline Vortex, LA Knight.
People made a joke. That was a joke on Facebook. He's stuck in there. He's either the Bloodline Vortex or the Vision Vortex. He's been feuding with him for like over a year, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Who did he face at last year's Mania last year with Jacob, wasn't it? He faced Jacob. So okay, he got away from the Bloodline a little bit. No. Okay, the Bloodline. But he got away from the Vision a little bit there, I suppose.
Yeah, but yeah, LA Knight deserves better too.
Yeah, and a lot. Yeah. He's good on the microphone. He does good promos, but that's about it. He doesn't really.
There's something missing, but there's something missing. How can we forget? We may get LA Knight versus Paul Heyman.
Wow.
Let's get Paul Heyman to train at the Performance Center.
Well, I don't know, but That was the Raw talk. We also have the NXT talk as well. I want to talk briefly. It was okay. It was decent, though. There was a couple talking points. I gotta say, Lizzie Rain, Tatum Paxley, Women's North American title. That was good. I enjoyed that. We had Cam Hendricks and Mason Rook versus Miles Bourne and Tony D'Angelo. Mason Rook and Cam Hendricks won. Then later on, they had a promo segment, Mason Rook and Cam Hendricks. Mason Rook destroyed Hendricks as well. We had as well on the show Dark State versus Vanity Project with the tag titles. Shaquan Sugars got kicked out of Dark State as well. So that was a talking point.
It keeps Dark State for me. We're getting a little bit bland, but now they've become interesting again. So that was good.
And then we also had Nakaru, I think, wrestle Lindsay Dorado. Impressive.
That was his debut last week. He did a promo with, was it Tony Davis? Evil is coming, so they still kind of calling him evil, but they're not.
Speaking of Nakaru / Evil, congratulations to Nakaru / Evil and Io Sky. They're officially tied the knot. So congratulations to them, by the way.
That was my very first time seeing him. I've heard of Evil, but first time seeing him wrestle, and I can't say I was impressed. It went 50-50 with Lindsay Dorado from Evolve.
Yeah. But yeah, I just want to say shout out to Evil and Io Sky for getting officially married. Congratulations to those guys, by the way.
And thousands of men fell into their knees. Thousands of virgins.
Io Sky making a lot of men jealous. I had a shot at Io Sky. Yeah, right. You had 0 shot at Io Sky, the genius of this guy.
Also, Tristan Angels was in a match on NXT and he beat somebody. Who did he beat?
Yeah. The Tate Wilder, I think wrestled Canoe Carver.
Yeah, he got killed. Can you?
Yeah, Canoe Carver is actually very impressive. He's actually one of the guys I actually have my eye on NXT that could be a diamond on the rough when he hits the main roster. There's something about him. And the former Evolve guy as well. It's him. There's Sean Legacy, who's pretty good. I'm high on the Vanity Project. All 3 members, Brad Baylor, Ricky Stokes, right, and then Jackson Drake. Very high on those guys as well. And the woman with them, I think that was on LFG. She's impressive too.
Yeah, she's a good fit. I like Vanity Project, but we ever so slightly getting a bit stale.
Humphrey, I think, from LFG, I think. There was Blake Monroe, but now she's on SmackDown. Supposed to debut this Friday.
Who beat Jordan Grace on main event, so Jordan Grace is jobbing out on main event. Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah, SmackDown needs all the fucking help they can get. I don't know who the fuck is riding SmackDown. They need to get out. It's that bad. And it doesn't help that they're on USA Network for 3 long hours. 3 hours. I know 3 hours can work if you have the roster, but me, Ricky, no wrestling show should be 3 hours every single week. That's just overkill. 2 hours is the way to go. 2.5 is the sweet spot, but 3 is way too damn long. And honestly, and hear me out, this is a shoot. If USA Network didn't have SmackDown, USA Network would be fucking dead. You might as well just cancel the USA Network channel at that point. Like what? Like they only have SmackDown going on for them, and that 3rd hour SmackDown, most likely not, probably does better numbers than anything and everything else that US Network has on their own platform. Like they have nothing going for them. It's all they have is reruns of Law and Order and 911 and Chicago PD and NCIS. That's all they have. That's legit all they have.
I bet if they had it their way, SmackDown would be 3 hours forever. Triple H is like, no, I'm not writing 3 hours, and the fans don't really want this to start with, but the network wants it, so.
I don't know, but yeah, and I can't wait for that USA Network TV deal with SmackDown to come to an end. I think in 2029 it runs out. I wouldn't be surprised if SmackDown goes to Netflix. Honestly, just get them the hell away from USA Network. At least they wouldn't be 3 hours.
Another 3 years SmackDown at 3 hours. Oh,
yeah, 3 more years of this crap. 3 more fucking years. And now it's like you got to be 3 hours for the first half and second half 2 hours. It's like US Network just can't let that third hour fucking go.
I mean, they also love the gingerbread man.
Yeah,
they do love the gingerbread man. And, I sent you something on your phone.
Yeah, I seen those little gingerbread man stuff. Yeah.
There's a lot of noise going on, and Carl is. Is that a Royal Rumble?
Oh yeah, the gingerbread man celebrating the Great Khali as the world champion in 2007.
On your phone, you gotta show it to the world, bro.
When he held the title upside down,
Right. Yeah,
that's it. Green screen. I barely see it, but
yeah, no, it's a green screen, but
ugh.
I don't know. Yeah,
he held it upside down.
Yeah, his Khali's world title reign in a nutshell.
Yeah, this is his world title reign right there. This one picture alone summarized this world championship reign, holding the belt up.
I can't completely hate on Khali. I met him I go to a wrestling convention every year. It's called For the Love of Wrestling. He was there. I met him. Great to meet. But
he was a nice guy. I would give him that. I think he was a good guy. He was just a terrible wrestler. I mean, the gingerbread man was there when he won the belt. Just look at that.
Yeah. Gingerbread man wanted to be champion.
Yeah. But guys, real quick on this NXT talk before we move on to Dynamite and SmackDown talk.
I'll be right back, guys. Just wait. I'll be back in a few minutes.
No worries, but anyways, real quick, Ricky, before Adam Carl comes back. What are your thoughts on this Mason Rook guy? I know we lost Adam Carl a little bit. He'll be back in a few minutes. But Ricky, what are your thoughts on this Mason Rook guy? I think I'm sold on him, honestly. A former Will Cruz.
Being from the UK, great, and the fans love him. They're singing his thing, he's big, he's bad, he body slams your dad. And I think that's because Cena put that over. I don't actually know if they know. Maybe they know who Will Cruz is before WWE, but I read somewhere. I think it's true. They gave him Mason Ryan's theme and first name
from WWE 12 video game. It's called Grizzly, and it's not Def Rebel music, by the way.
They couldn't have come up with
the early 2010s. The music is actually called Grizzly by artist Peter J. Jordan.
They couldn't have come up with something original for him. Okay. Good. Is it decent?
I actually quite like it.
But that's like using, I don't know, Lizzie Rain instead of the thing she's got. Okay, well, she can have who? I don't know.
Lizzie Rain is actually the heavy metal gimmick. Actually, I'm liking what she's doing, and there's something about her. She has a unique look and a lot of charisma, and she's a good wrestler too. I think she's the total package, honestly.
And I would have had a win on Tuesday, but at least she got the title shot, so I guess that's a no.
She looked good. I mean, she just came. It would have been too soon, but I mean, it's probably just a test. I guess see what she could do, and she hung in there pretty well with Tatum Paxley. I'm pretty confident she'll be a champion in NXT by the end of the year. I do. She's going to do really good stuff, and I think she's a future piece of that WWE company as a whole for years and years to come. There's just something about her, and I truly have my eye on her. Just like Mason Rook, who's also going to make a big splash when he hits the main roster. I mean, he's just getting started, and he's 29. He's actually my age, born in 1996. He's 29 years old, very young, not even in his prime yet. And he's part of that youth movement.
And did you see?
He's going to do really good for a big man that does moonsaults, stuff you don't see often from a big man. He's going to kill it, and he's been killing it lately. Hasn't been that long.
And I've read something. Some fan tweeted that he looks like cruel, but Piper, it looks like Piper Niven has gone and he's replaced by Mason Rock, and then Danhausen interjected and said, brought character and said, let's all be nice people, don't be doing that stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, Mason Rook, he's another guy I would say. I wouldn't be surprised if he's a champion NXT by the end of the year. Who knows? Maybe he could get called up to the main roster by the end of next year. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, I've been liking what Mason Rook's doing, man, and you know, he's just only getting started with Mason Rook, and yeah, he teamed with Cam Hendricks, who's the boyfriend of Maxine Dupree, and then he took Hendricks out later on in NXT as well. So I'm liking another position in Mason Rook and stuff like that. Like he's kind of like, to me, a hybrid of Kevin Owens and Bronson Reed and Gunther.
Yeah.
In my opinion, the guy's a fucking beast, and he's gonna do pretty well. I firmly believe that. You know, and he was good as Will Cruz on the Indies and stuff like that. And he's also a good promo too. He cut a very good promo when he signed the contract with NXT about a week ago. He's saying, "Am I satisfied with going viral? No, I want more. I'm the best open weight. I want more." So he's a good promo too. Not a good wrestler and a good promo. I'm telling you, the guy's gonna go far. It's gonna go far in this business. So I'm very high on Mason Rook. I'm excited to what he's gonna be doing in the future on NXT. So, and honestly, maybe he wins the NXT title by the summer. Maybe he's the one to take the NXT title off Tony D'Angelo. And then he read the rumors of potential NXT call-ups to the main roster this summer. Maybe Tony D'Angelo is one of them. And he's been in NXT for like 5 years. I think it's time to call him up. Honestly, Tony D. When he was part of the early days of NXT 2.0, when he had the Italian gimmick and stuff like that. He's been down there for 5 years. He should have been called up months ago. So I don't know what they were waiting for in him with that, but if Mason Rook is the guy to take the title off Tony D earliest by the summer, that would not shock me at all. And then you call up Tony D after that to the main roster, that would not shock me in the slightest.
Just as long as you've got a plan. When they bring these people up from NXT, I say to myself the same thing every time: have a plan. Don't just have them blending with everybody else or get buried. Sol Ruka, no, she's blending in with everybody else. Joe Allen just feels like just another guy.
Javon Evans is doing fine. Trick Williams is doing really good. Obafemi as well.
Ethan, the Fatal Influence.
Yes, especially JC Jane and Fatal Influence. They're fucking killing it lately on SmackDown. And man, the heat they're getting.
And Saints definitely just blended. He beat Matt Cardona. Who loses to everybody?
Yeah, I wish Matt Cardona was positioned better on SmackDown. He's not doing much right now.
That does nothing for Saints. Like, that actually brings him down. He just as soon as he lost to
someone there that is still there, has to be from the Vince administration that's still there, probably hates Cardona and doesn't want him positioned high. It's got to be one of that. Maybe.
But when Saints lost to Cody, I thought, well, this is the only way. Now he's down for this guy. And he's now beat Matt Cardona. Ooh.
Yeah. I don't know. But anyways, that was NXT. It was I thought it was decent. The big talking point was Shaquan Sugars being kicked out of Dark State as well. When it was like a few minutes left the show, it's like, oh, something's got to happen. And we got something. So Dion Lennox, Osiris Griffin, and Cutler James, they kicked Shaquan Sugars out of the own group, the Dark State. And they did some like toss power bomb through the announce table, which looked very devastating. I got to give them credit. And recently with their feud a little bit with Vanity Project, I'm not the biggest Dark State fan, but I got to give her credit's due. recently their stuff with the Vanny Project before the Dark State kick out stuff, kicking Shaquan Sugars out of the group. It was actually pretty tolerable, Dark State. Now it's like a little bit more intrigued now, I guess. We'll have to see where it goes, but they had a cliffhanger, which I appreciate. So, and NXT has some future pieces and almost like a developmental third brand. They're building some new faces up. They got Kendall Gray is and they're very high on Kendall Gray. They have Kalani Jordan over there, Ren Sinclair. Zarya took out Tatum Paxley and Lizzie Rain as well. So they got some nice talented people down there. They really do. Plus with the TNA partnership as well. They haven't done it much lately, but they still have that partnership with TNA. And the rumors of Mike Santana, his TNA contract up this summer. I expect him to go to WWE NXT as well. Leon Slater, the same thing, though I did read something of Tony Khan possibly having interest in Leon Slater. I think he's better off in WWE NXT. Or if you want to rebuild your tag division as well, Leon Slater, Javon Evans as a tag team could help. Though this actually brings me to the next thing I want to talk about. WWE apparently wants to rebuild their tag division. Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it. Plain and simple, I'll believe it when I see it. So this is reading the report. Now, this is according to Brian Alvarez. It says, if I get this thing, stupid thing. Yeah, it's an ad. Hold on. No, I hate these ads. But it says according to Brian Alvarez, saying that he says that the WWE planning a tag division rebuild that included signing outside tag teams, and then Alvarez reports says that Titans to focus on the WWE's plan. Also regarding tag teams, we are told WWE does not really have much interest in outside tag teams at the time, but there are newly made teams on TV like The Miz and Kit Wilson that will remain tag teams, and a few teams that NXT likely called up soon. What much teams there are, only one could honestly speculate. But again, this is Alvarez taken with a grain of salt. But again, I'll believe this report when I see it. With rebuilding WWE rebuilding their tag division.
Actual tag teams, Fraxium. This is SmackDown. Los Garzas, I'll say with us, they're still there. That's it. Raw.
The Motor City Machine Gun. So you release. So let me get this straight. Ricky. You get rid of the Motor City Machine Guns, yet you want to rebuild your tag division. Well, how about you not fire Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin on Motor City Machine Guns, and you not fire the Wyatt Six and two members of the MFTs?
And then on Raw,
media reports WWE wants to build the tag division. Look, I don't mind rebuilding a tag division, but I have to believe it when I see it. You know, there's a saying, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times. Yeah, you know what that means. That's the saying with that, right? Like, there's a saying, and if there's a wise man, and Mitch would say, actions speak louder than words. I will believe WWE rebuilding their tag division when I see it. So when this report came out, I'm like, yeah, I'll have to just watch the TV shows. I will have to believe it when I see it. Right now, I can't buy it. I'm sorry. I have to call this out. Like, why would you get rid of Motor City Machine Gun? That's like, you want to rebuild your tag division. Okay, then why'd you get rid of the Motor City Machine Guns? Why'd you get rid of the Wyatt Six? Why'd you get rid of 2 members of the MFTs? Why did you tell the New Day, Kofi Kingston, and Xavier Woods to take a fucking 50% pay cut? TKO.
It's like Cultaholic. Shout out to them. They said it's like someone bringing in a bee's nest into a kitchen and saying, "Oh, there's bees everywhere. How did that happen?" WWE have caused this problem themselves. They've let go of everybody. Now we've not got a tag team division. How did that happen?
And it's like TKO tells Triple H to make these cuts. It's like, well, you wouldn't have to like. So it's it's like you want to rebuild your tag division, yeah. Then don't release Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin in the New Day at least, and the Wyatt Six and the two members of the MFTs, Jeff Cobb and Tonga Loa. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it.
Then of course
I mean, I'll tell you how to rebuild the tag division. How about we merge the tag team titles? There's not enough teams on both Raw and SmackDown to call 2 tag divisions for the men and 2 men's tag team titles. If there was just 1 men's tag team titles and only the men's tag team champions float, Ricky, between both Raw and SmackDown, I tell you, the tag division in WWE would be so much better off for it. There's not enough depth from both shows to have 2 tag team titles. There's not.
You've got 2 tag teams, like I said, on 2 legit, not run together. 2 to go. Los Garza, the Fraxium, and then Street Profits and Alpha Academy. That's it. And the rest is just thrown together.
Well, they got the Creed brothers if they weren't in fucking masks. You got Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate, they're in masks.
Ooh, that's 5 then.
Fraxium as well, I mentioned. Like, and Ray Phoenix doing nothing on SmackDown. How about we get him on Raw or something like that? Get him with Penta, his brother, and reunite the Lucha Bros. The Vision is dead. R-Truth and Damian Priest are not a tag team. The Miz and Kit Wilson are a comedy duo, not a tag team. They don't fucking count.
War Raiders, but they've not been since
wrestling for AAA. Like, what are we doing here? I tell you, WWE, man, sometimes they just.
I'd bring up Hank and I think Hank and Tank could come up. They're a fun tag team, but then you kind of got it.
Honestly, their ceiling is NXT. To be very honest, that's their ceiling, in my opinion. You got Dark State, but again, ceiling. OTM, Out to Mud, Crime Time ripoff, yeah, small ceiling.
I like OTM personally, but they don't win anything when they're on the main. I suppose main event is the main roster, I suppose, and they lose on main event, which I don't get, but
yeah, but I don't know. Again, I would just merge the tag team titles. That would fix that. That would fix a lot.
Yeah.
Just merge the tag team titles. I think that would be the right way to do that. To do things, honestly, Ricky.
Have the division win the WWE tag team titles, and then merge them together.
Yeah, division are the world tag team champions. Damian Priest and R-Truth are the WWE tag team champions. Yeah.
Have R-Truth being goofy, and Logan Paul takes advantage, they win the titles, and then just merge them together.
Yeah, you get some people then. But then you go to the brands. Well, then it's like, these guys want to unify all the championships. Why do you want to unify all these championships? Well, there's too many championships in wrestling in general, and there's a true saying Jim Ross would say: the more titles you have, the less prestigious the previous said titles will have. That's a problem. Like, we don't need 2 men's tag team titles. One's all you need. The Speed Championships don't mean jack shit. They're worthless.
We've got 3 sets of tag titles on the main roster, women's as well, but at least the women's division tag team division is better. So,
well, and even the women's tag team titles, it's like you got women wrestlers that are singles compared with other singles as makeshift teams there too.
Well, I think Nia and Lash do now feel like a tag team. Who else? Charlotte and Alexa now feel like a team. Who was at Mania?
About to split up.
It was a fatal 4-way at Mania, wasn't it? It was Bailey and Lyra. Yeah, they were thrown together.
Lyra. The singles division and the women's division could use Lyra and could use Bailey as well. They're 2 singles wrestlers.
They've only got 4 legit. I'll say 4 legit tag teams. Okay, that's poor as well then.
Yeah. I don't know, but I don't know, whenever Adam Carl's coming back and send him the link again. But yeah, moving on from the tag team talk as well. I do want to touch base on, speaking of tag teams, Enzo Amore, who's been killing it lately on the Northeast on the Indies as Real One. In fact, he was at ACW Reckoning in Poughkeepsie, New York this past Saturday. It was front row. He was there, cut a very good promo. And typical promo, how you doing? And we got a cup of haters or whatnot. He brought up, I don't know how much time he's got left for indie dates, but he was at the WWE Performance Center this past week at NXT backstage. And if you read the AEW news, Big Bill, aka Big Cass from WWE, his AEW contract is coming up very soon, end of this month, beginning of June. He's about to be a free agent from AEW. And it looks like there's rumors that Enzo and Cass could be heading back to WWE. Now, Enzo and Cass a decade ago in Black and Gold NXT were great. They were awesome. Charismatic, beloved tag team. How you doing? And you can't teach that. They've had Carmella with them as well. Even on the main roster, early days in main roster, when they got called up in 2016 after WrestleMania that year, where they confronted the Dudleys and Enzo and Cass having the SAWFT soft. They were a great tag team, sold a lot of merch as a tag team. Everybody loved them. And then they split them up in 2017, had Big Cass go heel. I don't know if it was true, Enzo and Cass were having problems backstage and they didn't want to team anymore, or what happened. And Enzo doing stuff like going down with what he did as a person, and then he got fired in January 2018 when he was Cruiserweight champion on 205 Live. I mean, whatever you want to believe, what have you. But, I mean, and Enzo maybe being blackballed by WWE for what he did in 2018. But I do have to give credit where credit's due. Not the biggest Enzo fan, but I do have to give where credit's due. I've seen his work on live on the Northeast wrestling side, on the Indies wrestling side of the Northeast. He hasn't been doing that bad. I have to give credit. Big Cass, hasn't been doing much of anything lately in AEW with Brian Keith and the Learning Tree. Yeah, don't even get me started on that. But I mean, Big Cass and Enzo possibly to WWE. I don't know how I feel about that, because yes, they were a great tag team a decade ago, but do you really think it's best do you think it's a good move WWE bringing them back as a tag team, or do you think Big Bill could really be good on his own? Because Big Cass is honestly, to me, Ricky, a solid big man.
Wait. Did he beat Daniel when he went heel? Big Cass, Big Bill. I call him Big Cass. Did he beat Daniel Bryan at Backlash, and that was his biggest win, and that was it?
I think he lost to Daniel Bryan at Backlash 2018. Then at Money in the Bank that same year, before Big Cass got let go.
Yeah, right then. Then I'd keep them together as a tag team.
I don't know.
But he's
Big Cass could be something as a singles guy. He's got potential. I don't know.
I'd like you say, I think they need all the help they can in the tag team division. So
maybe they put them on SmackDown. I don't know.
And another tag team that could finish up with TNA, you'd bring them to WWE, and this would get a lot of viewers. The Hardys, why not them?
When are their deals supposed to be up? Because when their deals are up, don't be shocked. Period. They go back to WWE. I think they do to finish their careers.
They finish up in WWE in the Hall of Fame next year. That's what I would do.
Or I don't know how, depending on how long they sign a contract for, but I don't know. But I think it's a given with that. They're also part of the WWE 2K26, one of the DLC packs as well, so that would make sense as well, in my opinion. But Enzo and Cass, man, I mean, though, with the current WWE creative, I'm not sure about Big Cass in WWE right now. I mean, he doesn't have I think Big Cass will be back in WWE one day and will be better off for it. Do I think that? Absolutely. But there's always a time and a place. if TNA are going to lose Mike Santana and they're going to lose Leon Slater and the Hardys, you're going to have to refill those spots. Thoughts if Big Cass went to try TNA and he killed it there? And Adam Carl and I have actually said with Aleister Black and Zelina Vega released by WWE, and I don't agree with that at all. I think AEW, Black and Zelina are going to get lost in the shuffle. With Mike Santana, especially leaving TNA this summer, Adam Carl and I have mentioned Aleister Black and Zelina Vega as candidates to go to TNA, and I think they killed there. I think that's honestly the better off landing place for them, because if they go to AEW, they're not going to really do much of anything. Yeah, they'll be hot for like a while, but then they're going to just feel like everyone else on the roster, and they're worth so much more than that, which is why I'm really hoping for Aleister Black and Zelina Vega and TNA. I think they do much better there and kill it there, in my opinion. But if Big Cass were to ever go to TNA, would you be against that idea?
Is Mike Santana still the champion? You could have him take the title off Mike Santana.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe at least go for the X Division title. Maybe something.
I'd have him come in straight away, Mike Santana. Like maybe Sims to there. Similar to an Oba Femi, with Lesnar taking him out on Raw, the lights go out or something, and then turns around, kick, and then match made and takes the title off him, and that's it. And then Mike Santana can go to WWE.
Yeah. You could, or if the Hardys go to WWE back there, maybe Enzo and Cass in TNA. That'd be something too.
What's the actual date for Big Cass's contract to expire?
Well, Big Cass's AEW contract expires end of May this month / beginning of June. Said to be a free agent then.
You have him debut at Slammiversary.
Slammiversary is in, I think it's in July. Let me look it up.
June 28th.
June 28th. Let me see. I believe that it's. Oh yeah, Slammiversary, June 28th in Boston.
That's where he debuts.
I mean, if he chooses there, yeah, maybe it could be if they don't choose WWE. But Big Cass, I think we could both agree, deserves better in AEW. Tony Khan really didn't do anything with him.
Does he do anything with anybody? Not really. Just.
No, look what he's done with Brian Cage and Sammy Guevara, Wardlow, Keith Lee, Private Party, Britt Baker, Chris Statlander. List goes on and on.
It's a small, from people going from WWE to TN, from WWE to AEW, three names I can think of did better: Sting, Tony Storm, and Tay Mello. The rest have just,
I even heard Jack Perry may have a contract coming up. And Anna Jay's supposed to be a free agent as well.
Wow. Do you think Jack Perry goes to WWE? You think his gimmick would go over there?
If Anna Jay, who's dating Jack Perry, goes to WWE, which I believe, I wouldn't be surprised if her boyfriend Jack Perry follows suit with her to WWE. And I think that would be more of a reason to leave AEW for WWE for Jack Perry. And if he does make the jump, I think he starts in NXT, honestly.
Yeah.
And I know some people are thinking, oh, CM Punk, Jack Perry hate each other, they don't get along. First of all, that was Tony Khan's doing 3 years ago at All In Wembley in 2023, where Jack Perry was throwing shots to CM Punk, yelling "Real Glass," "Cry Me a River." That was all Tony Khan's fault. That was all on Tony for not being a boss, because Tony should have handled the situation. Now, CM Punk was shoving Jack Perry and putting him in a headlock. Do I agree with how Punk handled it? No. But this all ultimately falls on Tony Khan at the end of the day, because he wasn't a boss, and he's not a boss. Because CM Punk told Tony Khan to please handle it, and Tony's like, oh, what do you want me to do? Oh, I don't know, Tony. Be the boss and put Jack Perry in his place. And had Tony Khan handled the situation, Punk wouldn't have shoved Jack Perry like he did. And Punk would probably still be with AEW.
Oh, okay. If Perry's going to WWE, that's the match that I want. Jack Perry, CM Punk, WrestleMania.
Money is to actually be made with CM Punk and Jack Perry, Ricky, to be honest with you. If Jack Perry goes to WWE, Jack Perry, CM Punk, money's to be made. And if Jack Perry goes to WWE, I'm telling you right now, Triple H has the opportunity. Say what you want about Triple H playing it safe the past year or so, but Triple H has an opportunity. If Jack Perry goes to WWE, Triple H has the opportunity to do what Tony Khan didn't do. Do business with, have CM Punk and Jack Perry do business and have them work with each other because money's to be made with them. Tony Khan could have done this, and Tony blew it big time. Triple H now has the opportunity to do what Tony Khan did not do.
Was just look at who the number 2 merch seller is. Danhausen, number 2 in 3 months, 2 months. Thinking that he could have done that in AEW, but no.
Yeah.
I like AEW.
And even if Jack Perry caused problems in AEW, I don't think he'd do those same things in WWE. I don't.
And I get AEW is mainly wrestling focused and WWE is more entertainment focused, but maybe AEW should be more entertainment focused. Look at the money they could make.
Right. But I don't know. We'll see, but we'll definitely keep a close eye out on Jack Perry's and Anna Jay's AEW situation and big bills as well. Anything happens, me, Adam Carl, Rick will definitely let you know on here. We'll be paying close attention to that too. Speaking of AEW, okay.
I need to take a very quick toilet break. Me to 1 second. One second.
No problem. But anyways, yeah, as I was saying, and hoping for Adam Carl to get back in here. I don't know how much longer he's going to be back in here, but we'll see. Let's see here. There we go. So yeah, as I was saying, yeah, and might as well move on to but as I was saying, Jack Perry, if he were to ever make the jump to WWE, do I think he'll cause the problems he did in AEW and WWE? No, I don't, because in WWE, there's real leadership. AEW, they just let inmates run the asylum, and Tony Khan's not really a boss. He's more of a friend, where Paul Levesque is more of a boss, a lot more of a boss than Tony Khan is, which is why I think Jack Perry, if he were to make the jump to WWE, he'd be a lot more mature there in WWE than he was in AEW and be a better person there. Same thing with like Britt Baker, even if she has been known to cause problems in the locker room in AEW. Do I think she'd do that same thing in the locker room in WWE? No, I don't. And she's another one who, she's as good as out of AEW, honestly. And probably she's better off for it. If Tony Khan, she was off TV all year last year, and she was last seen on AEW TV late 2024. I honestly think Britt Baker is as good as out of AEW, and honestly probably better off for it.
I think she debuts in the Rumble, maybe. The contract up at the end of this year, I think.
Her contract is up this fall, I think. I don't know. We'll see, but speaking of AEW, Mick Foley is said to be AEW bound. In fact, he's announced for the AEW pre-show panel this Sunday at Queens with Renee Paquette, the former Renee Young from WWE. What do you think of this move?
That's cool. Makes sense. He's from New York. It'll get eyes on the pre-show, but and maybe he does something in the actual main card. Maybe something perhaps with Darby Allin, but. I hope he doesn't feel the itch to have that one last match. Just please no.
Yeah, I would say if you're gonna bring him in as a production producer guy, yes, but not like an in-ring talent. Like this is not like the 1990s, the 2000s. Like Mick Foley's time as a wrestler is done, and he can barely move and can barely walk.
Let him do Mr. Sucker, or is that too entertainment for AEW?
If it Mick Foley and John Moxley in a match, yeah, I have no interest in that. I'm sorry. Even if the Mr. Sacco, I don't know. I mean, AEW, I don't know how you feel about this, Ricky. AEW lately becoming slowly a WWE landfill, a bunch of ex-WWE guys in AEW. You got Bobby Lashley there, Shelton Benjamin, and now you have Mick Foley. And I don't like the idea of Aleister Malachi Black coming back to AEW because they're not going to do anything with him. They're not. It's like, and you're probably bringing in New Day, Kofi Woods to AEW this summer for All In. And two former WWE guys. It's slowly becoming WWE landfill over there. I don't want that.
That I don't mind, and I would have them debut All In. I would either have a complete surprise or maybe a few teases. You don't quite know it's a New Day, but it could be. And then FTR. Oh no, okay, they're gonna lose. Okay, I think they're gonna lose to Corbin and Christian, but do they win the titles back? Maybe, perhaps between now and probably maybe Forbidden Door, they could win them back there. Maybe, I don't know. But if they keep the titles on FTR, open challenge, outcome New Day, and they win the titles day one.
Yeah, but
and what's bigger than for AEW than All In? So in Wembley, so
yeah.
But then I do think Corbin and Christian win. So and that's 4 from the WWE guys. Ugh. And well, the FTR from the WWE, so that's 6.
Yeah, that's another one. Yeah. I don't know, but moving on to the next topics. I want to touch base on Baron Corbin. Apparently, he's rumored to head back to WWE. Now, Corbin recently shut this down. I seen the tweet of it. If I can find it, he tweeted this a while ago.
About his schedule, of course. Well, we're not going to say yes, I'm coming back to WWE.
I think he comes back, but he's not going to tell you that. Like, you think Corbin's just going to go on Twitter or X and say, "Yeah, guys, I'm headed back to WWE." Like, he's not stupid.
And rumors are that he's the one under the sheet. I don't know if you saw it on SmackDown last week. Dan Housen had somebody under the sheet, and that the rumors are that's who it is.
To bring him back that way, I don't agree with. If you're gonna bring him back, there's better ways to do it. Honestly,
I'll have that person under the sheet either be if they can get him again. I know he's been fired twice, but Braun Strowman, or you want to make this absolutely goofy. Almost, why not? Go the entire way, make it totally goofy.
Yeah, something like that. But this is what Corbin said, or Tom Pestock said. Now, according to Fightful, they say Baron Corbin is reportedly believed to have re-signed with WWE or will re-sign imminently. And Tom Pestock quote tweets this from this report. Tom Pestock, who's Baron Corbin on X, 13 hours ago, he quote tweets, "Had to correct my horrible grammar. I accepted 8 shows in Europe. My eye is still swollen from Australia. I also didn't know I was done with some of these companies. Whoever is making my schedule needs to let me know this shit. I thought it was me, but apparently it's not." So dirt sheets are trying to leak this out, thinking they know all and know everything, but they don't. They don't know. They're like, they know nothing. Like, they don't know these wrestlers' schedules. Like, it's basically these dirt sheets trying to beg for a job and know everything within a wrestling company, literally, and trying to have the company by the ball sack because they want to beg for a job and they don't care about the company. They don't respect the company and they're only there for a paycheck. They hate the company. They're very disrespectful to the company. They just want the money, these dirt sheets, because they just want to come off, say they're fans, but they're really not. They're just a bunch of marks. And they want to know a wrestler's schedule. And now you have Baron Corbin, of all people, calling them out and putting them in their place, putting Fightful in their place and the Observer in their place and stuff like that. But, I mean, again, like, even if the rumors are true that Corbin is coming back to WWE, he's not going to tell you. He's not going to say, "Yeah, guys, I'm coming back." He's not going to say that.
And I don't know if I would. What did he? Before he got released, he came up to the main roster and he teamed with, I can't remember. Did he team with Truth? I can't remember.
He teamed with Braun Breaker and NXT as the War Dogs. They were great, actually. They were fucking great.
When he came back up to the main roster on SmackDown, he teamed with somebody for like 2 weeks and then he was gone. Oh, he's Apollo. Yeah. That was actually quite decent. I thought, oh, they're getting a bit of a. I think they won a couple of matches, and then nope, Baron Corbin's gone. Well, okay.
And Corbin, I think, was on Busted Open somewhere last year. He mentioned this guy in the company still with a key figure influence that was most likely the reason why he got let go in late 2024. And I think he said it wasn't Shawn Michaels. He still gets along well with him. I think Paul Levesque as well. I wouldn't be surprised if it's this man, Bruce Pritchard. Because even though Vince McMahon's not there and Triple H is in charge, you know, even though Triple H is taking over from Vince, okay, but and say what you want about Triple H playing it safe the past year or so, but I mean, taking over from Vince, okay, that's all good and dandy. But if people like Bruce Pritchard are still there and Michael Hayes, Ed Koskey, anyone from the previous Vince administration, as long as, especially Bruce, like if they're still there, nothing will change because Vince could still get in touch with them to make sure Vince's influence is still on the product. And Bruce is mini Vince. He's Vince McMahon 2.0, working with Vince for since day one. As long as people like Bruce Pritchard are there, nothing will change. And I wouldn't be surprised if Bruce was a big reason why Corbin was let go 2 years ago. I think that's the guy Baron Corbin was talking about. And I remember hearing of that and watching that when Corbin was on a podcast. I think it was a Busted Open last year. I do remember that. So I wouldn't be surprised. I just hope with Baron Corbin, if he is coming back, I just hope they have a plan for him. And he's too good. He's reinvented himself on the indies. He's killing it on the indies. Like, if you're going to bring him back, you need to have a plan for him. Otherwise, why are we bringing him back?
If he was Danhausen's creation, you wouldn't like that.
Yeah, that's not going to really come off as a good look. You want him to come off as a good look. And they say first impressions are everything, too. And perception is everything. That's important.
I bet they've said... See, being paid with Danhausen plays in the worst thing. Again, second top merch seller. So you're playing not the worst idea in the world. So everyone wants to be on TV with him. But they've also said, you're coming back. If you want to come back, you're going to have to wear a face paint like Danhausen. Okay, then I'll come back then.
Yeah. But anyways, Ricky, how much time you got left, by the way?
Another 10. We can do another 25 minutes if you want. It's up to you.
Could try that, yeah. Because there's a few more things I want to try and talk about real quick and try and wrap it up. But the WWE, apparently you may have seen this. WWE apparently is doing more house shows. They announced some house show dates this summer, by the way. And there's also, I read something, there's a couple of reasons why they're bringing back house shows. I really want to pull this up right here. Now, one of them is to get more reps in, especially those not on TV being used and maybe some NXT getting their feet wet a little bit. Now, this is coming from PW Insider. Now, Nick Khan and Triple H had a town hall meeting this past week. They said that with the reasons bringing back house shows, they say now per PW Insider, Triple H and Nick Khan told the staff and the talent that house shows are not only important for younger talent to get reps in front of crowds, but can also be used as a testing ground to experiment with creative ideas and try different in-ring approaches in front of different audiences before committing to them on the televised programming. The WWE leadership also stressed the importance of finding the right balance on the schedule. Per PW Insider, the company is aware of injury risk and wants to avoid running the older veteran tier into the ground while still giving the next generation main eventers enough reps to develop. Now, they announced dates for 10 main roster house shows throughout the summer in July and August on Thursdays and weekends in hitting markets such as in New Mexico, Pennsylvania, California, Illinois, Virginia, New Hampshire, Georgia, and South Carolina. Now it says that Cody Rhodes, Oba Femi, Rhea Ripley, Seth Rollins, Jade Cargill, Trick Williams, and Drew McIntyre are all advertised for the summer house show tour. And it's also said the ticket prices are expected to be significantly lower than televised WWE events. Even JBL on the Something to Wrestle and Matt Hardy on the Extreme Life of Matt Hardy podcast have separately said in recent weeks that the modern WWE main roster cannot yet call matches on the fly the way the previous generation could, and that more house shows are the only way to teach them. And also, this being said, Sami Zayn, Cody Rhodes, and Jeff Jarrett have also been publicly endorsing the return of house shows lately as well, with each citing the developmental fit case for the next generation main roster main event tier. Bobby Lashley and others have separately said the touring schedule needs to be collaborated for veteran wear and tear, which aligns with the WWE leadership told the town hall this week. End of report. And just right on cue, Adam Carl, bringing back WWE house shows. Honestly, I think this is a really good move. How do you guys feel? And I am not the only one who feels this way.
No real thoughts about it. It's just cool. Yeah, cool. They're doing house shows. It's unfortunately I can't go to one. I usually try and go to one a year. Be it this tour, the November tour. Is it November they come over? Whenever it is, they do 2 UK tours. So
usually back in the day, like May and not November back in the day. Now there's one this month, like June coming up soon with Clash in Italy.
So they're doing London, but that's far away to me, so I won't be going. But no real thoughts, really. Just cool. They're lowering ticket prices.
Yeah,
that's it.
Especially these TV shows that they're like 100, 120 in the nosebleeds, where before TKO purchased WWE because of Vince McMahon, because it was never about selling the company. The nosebleed prices were like $60. Now it's like double the prices. And then WrestleMania in Vegas this year being expensive as hell. And they should have stuck to New Orleans. And had they stuck to New Orleans mid-April this year, the date, April 11th and 12th, even if it was expensive, I don't think it would be close expensive like it is in Las Vegas territory, in my opinion. But I think this is a really good move. And and the affordable prices, I think this is a great step in the right direction as far as that goes. Now, if the house show experiment works and they add more after the summer, they need to do more than just the summer. Honestly, have house shows in the spring, summer, and fall. You don't need to do it in the winter because it's usually a slow period. And I just hope they, like, we're not saying do house shows like Vince did it all the time, every single weekend. Like, do 2 or 3 times a month weekends for house shows. You don't need to do it all the time. Like, you want a healthy balance. You don't want no house shows or less, but also not too many. You need to have like a happy medium.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
You know,
you don't want to do too much to your talents, but you don't want them to do too little.
And the injuries are another thing. And heck, you know, and probably some of these talents that were released last year and this year, about a month ago, some of them at least would probably still be there had they not got rid of a lot of house shows and get reps in and bring up ideas to creative. Who's to say?
Yeah, for real.
I think this is a good
move. Especially if you saw the WWE television itself. I mean, I don't know what's going on there, but there's been noticeable, botches during matches.
Yes, especially in the women's matches.
Yeah,
it just I've
just
noticed
look at Io Sky, for example.
Yeah,
like she's doing suicide dives and she lands on her neck.
Was it last week on Raw? I don't know when it was. This week, this week or last week, where Roxanne Perez was hitting thin air. She was like this on Paige, was it? And Brie, she was like this, not even hitting her. That was Brie's back, and she's like this.
Yeah, that was not good.
Awful.
Yeah. So if you bring back house shows, this actually there's a good chance this improves the in-ring product-wise with the product. Like, I understand giving more time for the talent to have be with their families and like for birthdays, holidays like Thanksgiving and Christmas. I get that. And 4th of July, I totally get where they're coming from. They want to make sure the talent's happy with that and we're all good with that. But you can't get rid of house shows completely. They're important. We're not saying do it like how Vince did it, where he overstressed the talent, where you couldn't be with your family and you're on the road 300 plus days a year. We're not saying house shows every single weekend. You don't need to. Like, I would say, honestly, I think a healthy balance is 2 to 3 weekends or times per month for the house shows. I think that's the perfect balance. Like 2 times a month, 2 weekends a month, or maybe 3 if there's like 5 weekends in like the month. something like that. Or you do every other weekend, you know, kind of like switch that up, or like switch it up, like which town are going to be on the house show schedule, yada yada yada. And those who are not on TV being used, they could absolutely benefit from a house show. Maybe come up with an idea, and maybe it gets put on television. You know, I think this is more pros than cons with bringing back house shows. So I'm in favor of this move a lot.
Especially when you got two people, you know, if they haven't worked together before, you know, they're not familiar with each other, and you want them to build their chemistry.
Yes.
You know, before it makes television.
I agree. Yeah. So I don't know why anyone would not be.
That's why, you know, having the house show there is very important.
Yeah. Prevents injury as well. And lately there have been injuries. I think, like, you know, I think there was one recently. I can't recall, but that is not good. But yeah, I like this move a lot. And the affordable prices, like I said, helps a lot. Like, you don't need to charge $120 for a nosebleed. I think 60 is more than reasonable. Even if it's 65, it's more than reasonable. Like, you don't need to outprice your fan. Even like, oh, well, there's $6 billion in debt, $6 billion in debt. I mean, I don't care. You could still pay off your debt, but lower your ticket price at the same time. And I'm hoping this is not just the summer one and done. They do beyond the summer house shows. Like I said, spring, summer, fall. You don't need to do house shows in like the winter time, especially around Thanksgiving, Christmas. Those are slow periods. You don't need to do house shows during that time. I would say this house show season from March to like October. I think that would be great. Like a 7-month seasonal house show period where you have house shows. I think that would be perfect.
And also, I don't get how they're still in debt. Thinking about the ads, okay, just the ads on the Raw mat. If there's 5 and they're getting $1 million each, that's $5 million just on that. How are they still in debt?
Well, that's what happens when you bring Vince McMahon as part of the package deal. Yeah,
and then the ads on the turnbuckles, and then the LED board. Like, I don't get how they're still in debt, but there you go.
I don't know, but moving on to the next topic. Speaking of TKO, Mark Shapiro of TKO, he talks about the WWE's return to Las Vegas. He says, "We regret it. Oh, we don't regret doing it." Thoughts on this whole situation?
No, nothing much to say. For he's not going to come on and say, "Oh yes, it's a bad idea going to Las Vegas and the fans hated it." And of course, he's going to say it was great.
Yeah, this is the same man who said he contradicted Vince
what
McMahon.
What did people expect him to say?
Even
of
with
course
this,
he's going to say this. Of course he's going to say this.
Yeah, Mark Shapiro's.
Of course he's going to say this. Like, he's not going to go out and say, "Yo, we made a mistake." Like, give me a break. You expect these people to actually be honest?
Emmanuel and Shapiro don't care. They hate pro wrestling.
Yeah, well, they don't hate the money it brings, but the actual wrestling, I can't imagine neither are a fan.
Everything's a dollar sign to these fucking people, dude. They don't care.
I mean, God knows they want you to subscribe to those ESPN apps.
Yeah, for $30 a month, yeah. And outpricing the families, and Mark Shapiro pretty much saying fuck the families. Vince McMahon didn't maximize the value. Pretty much Mark Shapiro saying fuck the families. And then
I watch everything on Netflix, so I don't really know, but isn't the first hour of Backlash was free? So people, and I can understand the hate. People were paying for, and I thought it was very funny. But Danhausen and Minihausen versus the Miz and Kit Wilson, and then you got quite a long women's match, and you got Reigns.
Yeah,
for $30. I can understand the hate, and then the John Cena thing, which was just ridiculous.
Speaking of which, there is a target timeline for the John Cena Classic Tournament. Now, it looks like, or from what I've read, it looks like probably end of the year in like December.
Which I'm actually shocked at. I thought that would be
around the 1 year anniversary of his last match.
Which would make sense.
Yeah. Speaking of the John Cena thing, if you're going to put eyes onto NXT, great. Putting John Cena's name to anything, legend, big movie star, great. But I presume this is going to be you have to go to Club WWE and vote. Are they really going to let the fans vote?
Well, I doubt it. I mean, look at Taboo Tuesday and Cyber Sunday back in the day. Do you really think they let the fans vote what they wanted?
I think Taboo Tuesday they were actually voting, and then Cyber Sunday they didn't let the fans vote. They kind of made it up as they went along, if that makes sense. So you thought you were voting, but you weren't really. I think Taboo Tuesday, the people actually voted, and the roster didn't know who they were wrestling until the day. But also with Club WWE, if people are paying to vote,
riveting matches.
People are going to.
We had well, you could
go ahead.
Well, you could continue.
No, I'll let you talk, Adam Carl. Go ahead.
And we had riveting matches such as Jonathan Coachman and Goldust and Vader against Batista.
Yes, and Mankind versus Carlito.
Or we had the Eric Bischoff versus Eugene.
Yes, and or here's one. What about Triple H versus Edge, Benoit, or Michaels at 2004 Taboo Tuesday?
That's the one I think.
Or Kane versus Snitsky in a stipulation.
That's the one I think. Fans were actually voting, and they didn't know until
people were voting. This is what they were allowing fans to vote for, voting for matches such as Kane versus Snitsky. Yeah, I see why the fans aren't allowed to vote.
Or what about Cyber Sunday, dude? You had Kane versus Sandman, or Benoit versus Umaga, or King Booker, Big Show, John Cena, champion of champions. With you get to choose whatever world title gets to be on the line. ECW title, WWE title, or world title. And you had Kevin Federline involved.
Steve, the fan, WWE playing new. So sure. Fans, WWE playing new.
So sure
I'm sorry, guys.
I am so sure they would have. I am so sure they would have had John Cena challenge for the fucking ECW championship in 2006.
Well, see that WWE playing new. No one's going to vote for Big Show. Cena was popular, so of course they were going to go for King Booker. So the WWE weren't surprised by the results. Well, they weren't really voting, but very quickly going back to Club WWE, if people are paying for it, and let's say JD McDonough's on the list to vote for, are people going to waste their vote when they're paying? I can't see that. So I think they'll. but I can't. Yeah, I think someone from NXT wins it. So I don't think it'll be a 100% weekend vote.
Yeah.
I can also see Danhausen winning. I can see Danhausen winning this. So I don't know.
I hope they know what they're doing.
I mean, maybe we could vote a match between JD McDonough versus Akira Tozawa. What stipulation they may have?
Oh, jeez, man.
The people don't mean anything.
I knew you were excited about Cyber Sunday. What? Where CM Punk fought The Miz for the ECW title?
Awful.
Yeah. I presume.
Go ahead.
The John Cena thing is going to be similar to the Crown Jewel title, or when Braun Strowman won the title, it's just like a trophy, but it's a belt. It's not going to be defended, is it? I would imagine not.
I don't know, but
the Crown Jewel title, no.
Yeah, no. Or bro, Adam Carl, what about Kane and Rey Mysterio at Cyber Sunday 2008 in a no holds barred match? It was either no holds barred, falls count anywhere, 2 out of 3 falls, or the Big Show and Undertaker in a last man standing, a knockout match, or a I Quit match.
What the fuck is a knockout match?
See, do we know? They know
Me.
people are
Is this a boxing match?
we know people are going to go, oh, they let's vote for a knockout match. They know what stipulation they're going to pick, so.
Oh my god. But anyways, yeah. I hope they know what they're doing with this John Cena tournament. Right now, it looks like it's all over the place mess. Like they don't know what they want to do right now.
So is that when they're launching? I presume it's tied with Club WWE. So is that when it's going to get launched in December? But they're promoting it now. Okay.
Okay. I don't fucking know, but yeah. Moving on. I do want to talk about Tony Khan. He apparently pushed back on the speculated WWE internal AEW TV deal report. Adam Carl, I think you may have seen this.
Yeah.
And Ricky as well. Apparently with this Paramount deal or whatnot. And I think Sappy said something about this. Sappy boy Sean Ross Sapp. Which, of course, he did. I mean, color me shocked. He said something. Here we go. If I can find the quote tweet. Gosh, if I can't fucking find it. I know it was here, but apparently it was the AEW TV deal. Apparently WWE trying to put a internal being petty, trying to halt it or whatnot. I mean, it's just WWE being petty. I mean, both companies are petty. I don't know what you think of this whole thing.
Nothing. Well, no thoughts really, except for is AEW really competition to W? Whatever channel they're on, are they really?
They claim they're not competition, but they are competition. And honestly, good that AEW and competition's around because it makes WWE be on their toes.
AEW is competition when any random person in the world you say to not any someone's that maybe has never watched wrestling, name me a wrestling company, and they'll say, "Oh, WWE, WWF, maybe." They're not going to say AEW until that changes. AEW is not competition for them, in my opinion.
Yeah, Adam Carl, thoughts?
I mean, what's Tony supposed to say? Like, of course he would say it. Honestly, I think his answer to it was honestly the best one he may probably have given.
Like, he's not going to tell Sapp or Meltzer or Ibu of Wrestle Purists. Who?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This is what Tony said. This is his quote. I think this was the Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor media scrum.
Yes.
This is what he said. I saw a report that said WWE is telling people, or people within WWE are talking about AEW's next TV deal and talking about what we're doing, and I was surprised by it. And all I'll say is what they said could not be further from the truth. They're entitled to their opinions. I've been trying to be respectful to them and try to contradict myself as a gentleman. And then for them to go on background and spread these things, I'll just turn the other cheek. And maybe a couple of years ago, I wouldn't have done it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, it's as good of an answer as he could have given. Honestly.
Yeah, he's not going to tell these dirt sheets, yeah, this is happening, that's happening.
Yeah.
Like, why would you?
No, I mean,
why would Tony tell them?
Yeah,
what is it? Like, what's it? Like, it's not their business. Like, it's none of their business about their what their television deal may look like.
Or you get some people asking, it's like, oh, what about was this why this happen because of this? It's like, unless you know these people, then it's like it's none of your business.
I don't know if you've heard of YouTuber, and he's at the media scrum, Muscle Man Malcolm, but he asked a question about New Day coming into AEW, as if Tony Khan was going to go, of course they're coming in, and this is who they're going to face. He said, well, their contract isn't up yet, so I can't really get involved. So he didn't say yes, he didn't say no, but what did this guy expect? Of course New Day are coming in. are all in, and they're going
everyone expects it as well. At the end of the day, like, is Tony Khan going to say, "Yeah, the New Day are coming to AEW"? No, he's not going to say that.
No.
Like, what do you want him to say? Yeah, he's coming in. It's like, no shit. Everyone says that they're coming in. Everyone expects it to happen. So what do you expect Tony to say? I swear, some of these dirt sheets just try and beg for a job and want to know everything within the company because they don't respect the company, just want the money. They want to know everything in the company. Like, have the company by the ball sack. It's like they just beg for a job, these journalists in dirt sheets.
It must be
what?
Prison.
Besides, this report didn't even come from WWE themselves.
No, it didn't.
For example, must be on really good money.
Dave Meltzer telling. Like what is Meltzer getting his reports from?
Yeah, I guess anyone really gonna tell him what's really reality? Are they gonna tell Alvarez? No, they're not.
No.
But for example,
besides, people like Meltzer, like Alvarez, like they don't know shit. They don't know nothing.
Yeah, Brian Alvarez. It's like, oh, W doesn't want to sign outside tag teams. They want to build tag teams from within, like Kit Wilson and The Miz. And yeah, after hearing rumors of W wanting to rebuild the tag division now, I believe it when I see it, like I said earlier with Ricky. But it's like, you guys, Alvarez and Meltzer, know jack shit. You don't know anything in the WWE or AEW. Like, you dirt sheets know nothing.
But for example, a Sap must be on really good money, possibly a dream job. But at the end of the day, he's a fan, and that's his job to learn all this stuff, and he's getting told what's happening before he does. It's being spoiled for him.
Nobody's telling him shit, dude.
I don't know if I would like that or not. Must be good money, but he's getting told what's happening. I don't know if I'd like that.
Yeah.
Nothing surprise because he's hunting for that. That's what he's going aiming. He's wanting the spoilers. Nothing a surprise to him.
Yeah, but real quick to talk about this Marty Jannetty situation as well. I know it's like, I don't want to really
thing.
Go ahead.
And here's the other thing with this whole AEW TV deal. They were not told that they weren't getting renewed. They're not going to get canceled. They were given a heads up, about this whole Paramount thing.
Yeah.
Like, they have 12, 16 months to negotiate. That's a long time to negotiate.
And anything can happen within that time frame.
Yeah, and I think I think you heard of Mr. Nick LaPiccolo.
Yes.
Yeah.
WWE agent, actually, Nick LaPiccolo.
The Hollywood agent. Yeah. I think because you've seen the news with John McMullen, the guy who made that article, Mr. LaPiccolo, he quote tweeted that tweet. And this is what he said. WBD and AEW only denied pre-sale information, aka Zaslav SCC violation. They did not deny the story. Because you see the article, they talked about how TKO, they don't have exclusivity with Paramount, and AEW, they were given a heads up, because Warner are going to sell to Paramount, and Tony Khan will have to negotiate with them. Some guy on Twitter responded to Mr. LaPiccolo saying, "Who told AEW they weren't getting renewed? Are they seriously saying that WBD are making decisions based on a sale?" And this is what LaPiccolo said.
Oh my god.
Can you fucking read? This is hilarious. Slow down. Number one, WBD told Tony in August of 2025, they told him that they are not picking up the optional year. No one said they aren't getting renewed. They just said they will not be exercising that optional year. They can still negotiate. He did not say they weren't getting renewed. I mean, they may still get renewed for, they may sign a new deal, but they may not pick up the optional year for 2028. See TNA
2014 advanced notice. They were given a heads up. Which honestly, it's not a bad thing. Given 12, 16 months to negotiate, it's not a bad thing.
No, I don't
Paramount
think it's a bad
did
thing
not
at all.
make a hostile bid until September. Netflix was the company with the signed deal with WBD from December 5th to February 27th when Paramount won the bid. His post and the article say the motherfucking opposite of what you took from this. WBD gave no pre-sale information. And no, Paramount, they didn't hostile the bid. WBD didn't tell AEW that they weren't getting renewed, because there's still maybe a chance they get renewed, but they have to AEW has to negotiate with Paramount, because that would be an SEC violation. John McMullen, who wrote the article after his initial tweet, independently sourced it. John also broke the news of AEW's TV deal in 2019, which Dave Meltzer then posted without properly crediting him. The screenshot is below. Yeah, I mean, the tweet is long. I mean, I'm not gonna, read it all,
but Nick the Piccolo, man.
Yeah, like he knows his shit. Like he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
But here, like AEW, they could still end up on Paramount. I mean, TK is friends with the Ellison family.
Yes.
Yeah, and he has a good relationship with them. They could, and TKO doesn't have any exclusivity. Like TKO's not going to tell Paramount, don't pick up AEW.
No.
Like they don't have exclusivity with them. Maybe on the MMA side they may have exclusivity,
right? But
wrestling they don't.
No, they don't.
Guess what? If Paramount wants AEW, guess what? They'll get it. But,
yeah.
There's 12, 16 months to negotiate with them. Guess what? It's not a bad thing. It's a long time. And with Warner selling to Paramount, TK and Paramount, these are the people that he'll have to talk to. These are the people that he'll have to negotiate with, not David Zaslav.
No. So
if anything, I think this is a story that Mr. LePiccolo, he's the one who was telling the story, not WWE. Just that Dave Meltzer doesn't want to credit him for anything. He just wants to make up stories for himself.
He doesn't want to credit him because he's associated with WWE. He's an agent with them. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Literally, that's all it is. Anyways, real quick before we conclude today's episode, what are your thoughts on Saturday night's main event and Double or Nothing? Get your quick preview predictions. We won't go long because Saturday night's main event looking okay, but I mean, I'm hoping it's decent. But Double or Nothing, Northern Queens. I do wish I was going to that live though, by the way, but I won't be going. It'll probably be, I'm sure it'll be a good pay-per-view, but it's going to be too damn long, like Ricky said.
Okay, I'll speed for the predictions. If that's okay. I think Jade team wins to a title shot next week's Italy clash in Italy. I think I said Solid wins and then goes on to beat Becky for the title. What the other match is? I think
we got Becky
all champions. There you go.
Titles, and then the 6-woman tag with the Jade Cargill and Baddies versus Rhea, Charlotte, and Alexa.
And I think all the champions retain. So, yeah.
We think we get Ethan Page win the IC title?
Yeah.
Or the Street Profits win the World Tag Team titles?
I'm predicting the Street Profits. Predicting the Street Profits win.
Maybe. But I'm doubtful. I think, like I said, they're going to start building that thing of, are they going to split the Street Profits? Yeah. Street's probably going to split up.
Right. I would say, though, if there's one title change, if WWE does do one title change in the weekend, I'm hoping it's for the men's IC title. Maybe do Ethan Page, because I don't know if you want to have him lose this early in his main roster run. Penta hasn't done much with it because he just won it a few months ago, but who do you really have win, though?
I think Penta...
And a little alliance lately on Raw with Rusev and Ethan Page. What if Ethan Page wins it and eventually leads to Rusev win the IC title off Ethan Page in the summer?
Honestly, maybe make a prediction. I'm gonna pick Ethan Page.
And then doubling the what I've written down the matches for. So 10 billion matches for AEW isn't there. So is it Divine Dominion versus Zeta Steel and Viva Van? So I think
it's Tay Mello. Let me see here. It's Zeta Steel and Viva Van. Yeah, pre-show. Yeah, pre-show is usually. Yeah, that's on the pre-show.
Viva Van and Zeta Steel win to get a title shot.
What was that, Carl?
That is a Divine Dominion.
Yeah.
And then with the Athena, Mina Shirawaka and Athena. Athena should win. I think Mina does.
I think Athena should win this. Honestly, I do think Mina wins, but I think Athena should.
Then the men's.
I think
Will Ospreay wins. Swerve beats Bandido. Will Ospreay.
Yes.
Will Ospreay winning.
Yeah, I think that's the easiest predictions. I think that's the easiest predictions on this card. That Ospreay and Swerve winning.
What about Thekla, Hashida, Jamie Hayter, and Statlander?
You keep the title on Thekla for now, I think.
Or is it Thekla?
Thekla, same person. And then
I think that. I think she goes into Wembley as the champion.
And then match got made the Moxley versus Kyle O'Reilly. I think Moxley retains.
Yeah, that's easy.
And it says the match will have a no time limit too.
Ugh.
I'm going Mox.
What's the difference between a no time limit match and a time limit match?
Well,
the match
can
go longer than 20 minutes? What, the match will go longer than 20 minutes?
I don't know. Maybe knowing Tony, he probably would.
And then FTR.
He's gonna win.
FTR Christian, I think. Colt Christian winning the titles.
Yeah. They say if Cope and Cage lose, they must retire as a team. They won't. They're gonna win the titles, I think. And it's
I think they're winning this. This is what they've been building their team run for, to give them the tag belts.
Stadium Stampede, I don't really care. The match means nothing.
I am with you on that 1,000%, Ricky, and so is Adam Carl. Because are you excited, Adam Carl, for the not so demand?
But I'll say Jericho's team.
Why?
Jericho.
Of all the people,
Ricochet.
why is it the not so demand?
Ricochet, Bishop Khan, and Toa Leone.
Yeah, there's a reason why I'm not excited for this.
And then teaming with the Don Callis family and the dogs.
Yeah. Not so demand. The Don Callis family. Maybe a more dislikable faction.
And the dogs.
Yeah, David Finlay and the Clark Connors of the War Dogs.
These just seem all thrown together. I don't watch Dynamite and Earl, but they just seem to be thrown together.
Okada and Takeshita.
I'm picking babyface. I think the babyfaces win.
Takeshita wins.
Yeah, Jericho, the Elite.
Yeah,
Harry, they're gonna win this. Her business.
And then you got Takeshita beating Okada for the international title as well. I think I got the babyfaces win the Stadium Stampede as well.
Yeah.
And then MJF, Darby Allin, MJF is going to win the title back. Oh no, that would be.
I hope MJF wins that title back and he doesn't go fucking bald. Do you know how ridiculous that would be?
It would be interesting, I think. It's something that would be different. It gives MJF something different to do.
He just got new hair, bro. He just got new hair. He was in Turkey.
Okay, then.
That's where they get
hair
in Turkey.
Although Mick Foley was on that show.
Mick Foley.
I mean, Mick Foley's gonna be a co-host on the pre-show.
MJF has just had hair plugs. Isn't he like 26?
I think he's 29. I think he's my age.
He's 30.
Damn.
MJF has spoken about Mick Foley a lot. I mean, does Mick Foley get involved in this match?
Don't tell me Mick Foley gets involved and costs MJF the title. Please don't tell me.
Please. The last thing we need is Mick Foley in the ring.
Are they really gonna do that?
I mean, you got two New Yorkers in there. They might do something with them on the show.
And he does it when Mr. Socko turns around into collapses, coffin drop 1, 2, 3. Darby Allin's still champion. I don't know.
I
Please,
don't
no.
fucking know.
Yes, yeah, that's it. Yeah, what a way to make MJF look great there. He loses to the sock.
In a- in a-
The
There's a
mandible
world where
claw.
There's a world where I can see them continue to do this with Darby, open challenge after open challenge. Bitly's going to build him, and then Will Ospreay beats him in All In.
I swear to God, if they have MJF lose that way at Double or Nothing, man, I'm gonna go off.
If you want Mick Foley to do something, though, if you want him to do, just have MJF win the belt. Maybe have MJF win the belt, have him rub it in Mick Foley's face.
Yep.
Yeah. Maybe he tries to attack Foley, and then Foley and Darby beat him up. You still get that happy ending with the baby faces, but Max is the champion.
But isn't Ospreay with Death Riders, and they're heel, so that makes Ospreay heel. So Darby's going to be champion heading into All In.
Will
Death
Ospreay
Riders,
feuding
they
with
are
Death Riders?
trading him to be the world champion. They are
Well,
trading Ospreay to be an aerial assassin, to be a killer. He needs that killer instinct.
Could you imagine Foley being inserted into AEW TV storytelling programming? Please, I told Ricky earlier, AEW slowly becoming WWE landfill. You bring Foley in, you have him cost MJF the title at Double or Nothing, and you had a feud in AEW with Mick Foley and MJF. God, I hope not. What's worse?
Oh,
Take a bump.
MJF, Mick Foley,
He
All
can even
In.
take a bump. I think last year, he was training, he was losing weight. Like he was losing weight. He tried to take a bump, but he was concussed.
And how old is Foley? 60 years old?
Is he? Something like that.
He's 61.
Yeah, 61 years old. He's
He was
not,
61.
Mick Foley's not what he used to be.
It was absolutely awful, but I was flaring his last match.
Keep him as a pre-show host. Keep him as a pre-show host. I think that's the right role for him. Just don't have
If
him
you're
in the
going to bring
ring.
him into AEW, have him as like a pre-show panelist or work as a backstage producer or coach, but not like as an in-ring talent.
Yeah, please. I mean, if you wanted him to give anybody Mr. Socko, have him give Mr. Socko to Ricochet.
Yeah, that would actually get a pop out of me. But
Yeah, give that to Ricochet, or give that to any of the Don Callis family droppers, like Trent Question Mark
yeah,
or Rocky Romero, like that, whatever, they'll be fine. Just don't have him give MJF a Mr. Socko and cost him the belt.
yeah. But MJF, man, I'm hoping he wins that title back. That he cannot win back that title fast enough.
Honestly, he should be the one winning. Honestly, and you do MJF and Ospreay at Wembley.
Yeah, I agree, 100%, man. If Darby wins, we got a problem. So, and then the one to touch base real quick on Marty Jannetty getting a leg amputation. I mean, feel bad for him as well.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah, that's not.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
He's not the best life. Like a number of years ago, not the best life. He was got super kicked by Shawn Michaels. Then we let him go, and then brought him back and didn't really use him. And
yeah,
and now this.
I know.
Yeah, it's sad, watching. Seeing, his leg amputation. It's sad. He's been through a lot in his life. The drug issues, the alcohol,
Mm-hmm.
and now this.
It's a shame.
It's heartbreaking.
Yeah, I just hope he's doing well and wish him well. But I don't know. But that is the end of the stream for today's episode of episode 25, man. More 25 and into another 25 and more to come. And we appreciate you here, showing up here. You guys are awesome. Wesley Stover had Nick, Ricky, and Adam Carl have an awesome stream. What's up, Wesley? And shout out to everyone else who showed up. You guys are fucking awesome. and I appreciate every single one of the support we all do. And make sure you do hit the like on the video. It would help in the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe to Fiorious Nation. Hit that bell for all notifications as well. At Fiorenic579 on X. I know some of it's you can see some of it on the bottom left-hand screen. At Adam Carl 2005 on X for Adam Carl. Some of it you could see on the bottom right as well. All of the good social media links as well. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook as well. Ricky of the People's Wrestling Channel. Any other words? And I'm Carl. Any other words before we get the heck out of here? And I really I don't know how to say it, man. Really glad you on the show, Ricky, and
It was
sure
great
this is
doing
not
this
the
show.
last one, and this was honor to have you here on the show.
And I'll be live in about half an hour or so with my 2000th YouTube video, but with the People's Wrestling Podcast. So yeah, look for that.
So shout out to the People's Wrestling Channel as well. Make sure you go check Ricky out on there as well. Really good listen. Highly recommend it. That's going to be a banger of a show as well, like this right here. And we hope you have a good rest of your Thursday, guys, and happy Memorial Day weekend as well. Be safe. Have fun. No, it's supposed to rain in my area, Poughkeepsie, New York. Rain a little bit. We've had a bit of a heat wave. It was 96 degrees yesterday. Hot. But big heat wave. Supposed to be cool this weekend, may even rain, but I do hope those watching enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Have a good Memorial Day weekend. Have fun. Be safe. And we will see you for episode 26 next week, May the 28th, concluding the month of May big for next week, episode 26 of Forbidden Podcast. We appreciate you joining. And Ricky, honor for you to be here. And fucking great. And sure, this is not the last one, and many more to come, and more episodes to come. 25th episode. Here's another 25, and many, many more to come. And we will see you all next week. Adam Carl and I for episode 26 next week. We will see you guys to conclude the month of May with a bang. Peace.